285,976, 285,977, 285,978, 285,979, 285,980, 285,981, 285,982, 285,983, 285,984, 285,985, 285,986, 285,987, 285,988, 285,989, 285,990, 285,991, 285,992, 285,993, 285,994, 285,995, 285,996, 285,997, 285,998, 285,999, 286,000, 286,001, 286,002, 286,003, 286,004, 286,005, 286,006, 286,007, 286,008, 286,009, 286,010, 286,011, 286,012, 286,013, 286,014, 286,015, 286,016, 286,017, 286,018, 286,019, 286,020, 286,021, 286,022, 286,023, 286,024, 286,025, 286,026, 286,027, 286,028, 286,029, 286,030, 286,031, 286,032, 286,033, 286,034, 286,035, 286,036, 286,037, 286,038, 286,039, 286,040, 286,041, 286,042, 286,043, 286,044, 286,045, 286,046, 286,047, 286,048, 286,049, 286,050, 286,051, 286,052, 286,053, 286,054, 286,055, 286,056, 286,057, 286,058, 286,059, 286,060, 286,061, 286,062, 286,063, 286,064, 286,065, 286,066, 286,067, 286,068, 286,069, 286,070, 286,071, 286,072, 286,073, 286,074, 286,075, 286,076, 286,077, 286,078, 286,079, 286,080, 286,081, 286,082, 286,083, 286,084, 286,085, 286,086, 286,087, 286,088, 286,089, 286,090, 286,091, 286,092, 286,093, 286,094, 286,095, 286,096, 286,097, 286,098, 286,099, 286,100, 286,101, 286,102, 286,103, 286,104, 286,105, 286,106, 286,107, 286,108, 286,109, 286,110, 286,111, 286,112, 286,113, 286,114, 286,115, 286,116, 286,117, 286,118, 286,119, 286,120, 286,121, 286,122, 286,123, 286,124, 286,125, 286,126, 286,127, 286,128, 286,129, 286,130, 286,131, 286,132, 286,133, 286,134, 286,135, 286,136, 286,137, 286,138, 286,139, 286,140, 286,141, 286,142, 286,143, 286,144, 286,145, 286,146, 286,147, 286,148, 286,149, 286,150, 286,151, 286,152, 286,153, 286,154, 286,155, 286,156, 286,157, 286,158, 286,159, 286,160, 286,161, 286,162, 286,163, 286,164, 286,165, 286,166, 286,167, 286,168, 286,169, 286,170, 286,171, 286,172, 286,173, 286,174, 286,175, 286,176, 286,177, 286,178, 286,179, 286,180, 286,181, 286,182, 286,183, 286,184, 286,185, 286,186, 286,187, 286,188, 286,189, 286,190, 286,191, 286,192, 286,193, 286,194, 286,195, 286,196, 286,197, 286,198, 286,199, 286,200, 286,201, 286,202, 286,203, 286,204, 286,205, 286,206, 286,207, 286,208, 286,209, 286,210, 286,211, 286,212, 286,213, 286,214, 286,215, 286,216, 286,217, 286,218, 286,219, 286,220, 286,221, 286,222, 286,223, 286,224, 286,225, 286,226, 286,227, 286,228, 286,229, 286,230, 286,231, 286,232, 286,233, 286,234, 286,235, 286,236, 286,237, 286,238, 286,239, 286,240, 286,241, 286,242, 286,243, 286,244, 286,245, 286,246, 286,247, 286,248, 286,249, 286,250, 286,251, 286,252, 286,253, 286,254, 286,255, 286,256, 286,257, 286,258, 286,259, 286,260, 286,261, 286,262, 286,263, 286,264, 286,265, 286,266, 286,267, 286,268, 286,269, 286,270, 286,271, 286,272, 286,273, 286,274, 286,275, 286,276, 286,277, 286,278, 286,279, 286,280, 286,281, 286,282, 286,283, 286,284, 286,285, 286,286, 286,287, 286,288, 286,289, 286,290, 286,291, 286,292, 286,293, 286,294, 286,295, 286,296, 286,297, 286,298, 286,299, 286,300, 286,301, 286,302, 286,303, 286,304, 286,305, 286,306, 286,307, 286,308, 286,309, 286,310, 286,311, 286,312, 286,313, 286,314, 286,315, 286,316, 286,317, 286,318, 286,319, 286,320, 286,321, 286,322, 286,323, 286,324, 286,325, 286,326, 286,327, 286,328, 286,329, 286,330, 286,331, 286,332, 286,333, 286,334, 286,335, 286,336, 286,337, 286,338, 286,339, 286,340, 286,341, 286,342, 286,343, 286,344, 286,345, 286,346, 286,347, 286,348, 286,349, 286,350, 286,351, 286,352, 286,353, 286,354, 286,355, 286,356, 286,357, 286,358, 286,359, 286,360, 286,361, 286,362, 286,363, 286,364, 286,365, 286,366, 286,367, 286,368, 286,369, 286,370, 286,371, 286,372, 286,373, 286,374, 286,375, 286,376, 286,377, 286,378, 286,379, 286,380, 286,381, 286,382, 286,383, 286,384, 286,385, 286,386, 286,387, 286,388, 286,389, 286,390, 286,391, 286,392, 286,393, 286,394, 286,395, 286,396, 286,397, 286,398, 286,399, 286,400, 286,401, 286,402, 286,403, 286,404, 286,405, 286,406, 286,407, 286,408, 286,409, 286,410, 286,411, 286,412, 286,413, 286,414, 286,415, 286,416, 286,417, 286,418, 286,419, 286,420, 286,421, 286,422, 286,423, 286,424, 286,425, 286,426, 286,427, 286,428, 286,429, 286,430, 286,431, 286,432, 286,433, 286,434, 286,435, 286,436, 286,437, 286,438, 286,439, 286,440, 286,441, 286,442, 286,443, 286,444, 286,445, 286,446, 286,447, 286,448, 286,449, 286,450, 286,451, 286,452, 286,453, 286,454, 286,455, 286,456, 286,457, 286,458, 286,459, 286,460, 286,461, 286,462, 286,463, 286,464, 286,465, 286,466, 286,467, 286,468, 286,469, 286,470, 286,471, 286,472, 286,473, 286,474, 286,475, 286,476, 286,477, 286,478, 286,479, 286,480, 286,481, 286,482, 286,483, 286,484, 286,485, 286,486, 286,487, 286,488, 286,489, 286,490, 286,491, 286,492, 286,493, 286,494, 286,495, 286,496, 286,497, 286,498, 286,499, 286,500, 286,501, 286,502, 286,503, 286,504, 286,505, 286,506, 286,507, 286,508, 286,509, 286,510, 286,511, 286,512, 286,513, 286,514, 286,515, 286,516, 286,517, 286,518, 286,519, 286,520, 286,521, 286,522, 286,523, 286,524, 286,525, 286,526, 286,527, 286,528, 286,529, 286,530, 286,531, 286,532, 286,533, 286,534, 286,535, 286,536, 286,537, 286,538, 286,539, 286,540, 286,541, 286,542, 286,543, 286,544, 286,545, 286,546, 286,547, 286,548, 286,549, 286,550, 286,551, 286,552, 286,553, 286,554, 286,555, 286,556, 286,557, 286,558, 286,559, 286,560, 286,561, 286,562, 286,563, 286,564, 286,565, 286,566, 286,567, 286,568, 286,569, 286,570, 286,571, 286,572, 286,573, 286,574, 286,575, 286,576, 286,577, 286,578, 286,579, 286,580, 286,581, 286,582, 286,583, 286,584, 286,585, 286,586, 286,587, 286,588, 286,589, 286,590, 286,591, 286,592, 286,593, 286,594, 286,595, 286,596, 286,597, 286,598, 286,599, 286,600, 286,601, 286,602, 286,603, 286,604, 286,605, 286,606, 286,607, 286,608, 286,609, 286,610, 286,611, 286,612, 286,613, 286,614, 286,615, 286,616, 286,617, 286,618, 286,619, 286,620, 286,621, 286,622, 286,623, 286,624, 286,625, 286,626, 286,627, 286,628, 286,629, 286,630, 286,631, 286,632, 286,633, 286,634, 286,635, 286,636, 286,637, 286,638, 286,639, 286,640, 286,641, 286,642, 286,643, 286,644, 286,645, 286,646, 286,647, 286,648, 286,649, 286,650, 286,651, 286,652, 286,653, 286,654, 286,655, 286,656, 286,657, 286,658, 286,659, 286,660, 286,661, 286,662, 286,663, 286,664, 286,665, 286,666, 286,667, 286,668, 286,669, 286,670, 286,671, 286,672, 286,673, 286,674, 286,675, 286,676, 286,677, 286,678, 286,679, 286,680, 286,681, 286,682, 286,683, 286,684, 286,685, 286,686, 286,687, 286,688, 286,689, 286,690, 286,691, 286,692, 286,693, 286,694, 286,695, 286,696, 286,697, 286,698, 286,699, 286,700, 286,701, 286,702, 286,703, 286,704, 286,705, 286,706, 286,707, 286,708, 286,709, 286,710, 286,711, 286,712, 286,713, 286,714, 286,715, 286,716, 286,717, 286,718, 286,719, 286,720, 286,721, 286,722, 286,723, 286,724, 286,725, 286,726, 286,727, 286,728, 286,729, 286,730, 286,731, 286,732, 286,733, 286,734, 286,735, 286,736, 286,737, 286,738, 286,739, 286,740, 286,741, 286,742, 286,743, 286,744, 286,745, 286,746, 286,747, 286,748, 286,749, 286,750, 286,751, 286,752, 286,753, 286,754, 286,755, 286,756, 286,757, 286,758, 286,759, 286,760, 286,761, 286,762, 286,763, 286,764, 286,765, 286,766, 286,767, 286,768, 286,769, 286,770, 286,771, 286,772, 286,773, 286,774, 286,775, 286,776, 286,777, 286,778, 286,779, 286,780, 286,781, 286,782, 286,783, 286,784, 286,785, 286,786, 286,787, 286,788, 286,789, 286,790, 286,791, 286,792, 286,793, 286,794, 286,795, 286,796, 286,797, 286,798, 286,799, 286,800, 286,801, 286,802, 286,803, 286,804, 286,805, 286,806, 286,807, 286,808, 286,809, 286,810, 286,811, 286,812, 286,813, 286,814, 286,815, 286,816, 286,817, 286,818, 286,819, 286,820, 286,821, 286,822, 286,823, 286,824, 286,825, 286,826, 286,827, 286,828, 286,829, 286,830, 286,831, 286,832, 286,833, 286,834, 286,835, 286,836, 286,837, 286,838, 286,839, 286,840, 286,841, 286,842, 286,843, 286,844, 286,845, 286,846, 286,847, 286,848, 286,849, 286,850, 286,851, 286,852, 286,853, 286,854, 286,855, 286,856, 286,857, 286,858, 286,859, 286,860, 286,861, 286,862, 286,863, 286,864, 286,865, 286,866, 286,867, 286,868, 286,869, 286,870, 286,871, 286,872, 286,873, 286,874, 286,875, 286,876, 286,877, 286,878, 286,879, 286,880, 286,881, 286,882, 286,883, 286,884, 286,885, 286,886, 286,887, 286,888, 286,889, 286,890, 286,891, 286,892, 286,893, 286,894, 286,895, 286,896, 286,897, 286,898, 286,899, 286,900, 286,901, 286,902, 286,903, 286,904, 286,905, 286,906, 286,907, 286,908, 286,909, 286,910, 286,911, 286,912, 286,913, 286,914, 286,915, 286,916, 286,917, 286,918, 286,919, 286,920, 286,921, 286,922, 286,923, 286,924, 286,925, 286,926, 286,927, 286,928, 286,929, 286,930, 286,931, 286,932, 286,933, 286,934, 286,935, 286,936, 286,937, 286,938, 286,939, 286,940, 286,941, 286,942, 286,943, 286,944, 286,945, 286,946, 286,947, 286,948, 286,949, 286,950, 286,951, 286,952, 286,953, 286,954, 286,955, 286,956, 286,957, 286,958, 286,959, 286,960, 286,961, 286,962, 286,963, 286,964, 286,965, 286,966, 286,967, 286,968, 286,969, 286,970, 286,971, 286,972, 286,973, 286,974, 286,975, 286,976, 286,977, 286,978, 286,979, 286,980, 286,981, 286,982, 286,983, 286,984, 286,985, 286,986, 286,987, 286,988, 286,989, 286,990, 286,991, 286,992, 286,993, 286,994, 286,995, 286,996, 286,997, 286,998, 286,999, 287,000, 287,001, 287,002, 287,003, 287,004, 287,005, 287,006, 287,007, 287,008, 287,009, 287,010, 287,011, 287,012, 287,013, 287,014, 287,015, 287,016, 287,017, 287,018, 287,019, 287,020, 287,021, 287,022, 287,023, 287,024, 287,025, 287,026, 287,027, 287,028, 287,029, 287,030, 287,031, 287,032, 287,033, 287,034, 287,035, 287,036, 287,037, 287,038, 287,039, 287,040, 287,041, 287,042, 287,043, 287,044, 287,045, 287,046, 287,047, 287,048, 287,049, 287,050, 287,051, 287,052, 287,053, 287,054, 287,055, 287,056, 287,057, 287,058, 287,059, 287,060, 287,061, 287,062, 287,063, 287,064, 287,065, 287,066, 287,067, 287,068, 287,069, 287,070, 287,071, 287,072, 287,073, 287,074, 287,075, 287,076, 287,077, 287,078, 287,079, 287,080, 287,081, 287,082, 287,083, 287,084, 287,085, 287,086, 287,087, 287,088, 287,089, 287,090, 287,091, 287,092, 287,093, 287,094, 287,095, 287,096, 287,097, 287,098, 287,099, 287,100, 287,101, 287,102, 287,103, 287,104, 287,105, 287,106, 287,107, 287,108, 287,109, 287,110, 287,111, 287,112, 287,113, 287,114, 287,115, 287,116, 287,117, 287,118, 287,119, 287,120, 287,121, 287,122, 287,123, 287,124, 287,125, 287,126, 287,127, 287,128, 287,129, 287,130, 287,131, 287,132, 287,133, 287,134, 287,135, 287,136, 287,137, 287,138, 287,139, 287,140, 287,141, 287,142, 287,143, 287,144, 287,145, 287,146, 287,147, 287,148, 287,149, 287,150, 287,151, 287,152, 287,153, 287,154, 287,155, 287,156, 287,157, 287,158, 287,159, 287,160, 287,161, 287,162, 287,163, 287,164, 287,165, 287,166, 287,167, 287,168, 287,169, 287,170, 287,171, 287,172, 287,173, 287,174, 287,175, 287,176, 287,177, 287,178, 287,179, 287,180, 287,181, 287,182, 287,183, 287,184, 287,185, 287,186, 287,187, 287,188, 287,189, 287,190, 287,191, 287,192, 287,193, 287,194, 287,195, 287,196, 287,197, 287,198, 287,199, 287,200, 287,201, 287,202, 287,203, 287,204, 287,205, 287,206, 287,207, 287,208, 287,209, 287,210, 287,211, 287,212, 287,213, 287,214, 287,215, 287,216, 287,217, 287,218, 287,219, 287,220, 287,221, 287,222, 287,223, 287,224, 287,225, 287,226, 287,227, 287,228, 287,229, 287,230, 287,231, 287,232, 287,233, 287,234, 287,235, 287,236, 287,237, 287,238, 287,239, 287,240, 287,241, 287,242, 287,243, 287,244, 287,245, 287,246, 287,247, 287,248, 287,249, 287,250, 287,251, 287,252, 287,253, 287,254, 287,255, 287,256, 287,257, 287,258, 287,259, 287,260, 287,261, 287,262, 287,263, 287,264, 287,265, 287,266, 287,267, 287,268, 287,269, 287,270, 287,271, 287,272, 287,273, 287,274, 287,275, 287,276, 287,277, 287,278, 287,279, 287,280, 287,281, 287,282, 287,283, 287,284, 287,285, 287,286, 287,287, 287,288, 287,289, 287,290, 287,291, 287,292, 287,293, 287,294, 287,295, 287,296, 287,297, 287,298, 287,299, 287,300, 287,301, 287,302, 287,303, 287,304, 287,305, 287,306, 287,307, 287,308, 287,309, 287,310, 287,311, 287,312, 287,313, 287,314, 287,315, 287,316, 287,317, 287,318, 287,319, 287,320, 287,321, 287,322, 287,323, 287,324, 287,325, 287,326, 287,327, 287,328, 287,329, 287,330, 287,331, 287,332, 287,333, 287,334, 287,335, 287,336, 287,337, 287,338, 287,339, 287,340, 287,341, 287,342, 287,343, 287,344, 287,345, 287,346, 287,347, 287,348, 287,349, 287,350, 287,351, 287,352, 287,353, 287,354, 287,355, 287,356, 287,357, 287,358, 287,359, 287,360, 287,361, 287,362, 287,363, 287,364, 287,365, 287,366, 287,367, 287,368, 287,369, 287,370, 287,371, 287,372, 287,373, 287,374, 287,375, 287,376, 287,377, 287,378, 287,379, 287,380, 287,381, 287,382, 287,383, 287,384, 287,385, 287,386, 287,387, 287,388, 287,389, 287,390, 287,391, 287,392, 287,393, 287,394, 287,395, 287,396, 287,397, 287,398, 287,399, 287,400, 287,401, 287,402, 287,403, 287,404, 287,405, 287,406, 287,407, 287,408, 287,409, 287,410, 287,411, 287,412, 287,413, 287,414, 287,415, 287,416, 287,417, 287,418, 287,419, 287,420, 287,421, 287,422, 287,423, 287,424, 287,425, 287,426, 287,427, 287,428, 287,429, 287,430, 287,431, 287,432, 287,433, 287,434, 287,435, 287,436, 287,437, 287,438, 287,439, 287,440, 287,441, 287,442, 287,443, 287,444, 287,445, 287,446, 287,447, 287,448, 287,449, 287,450, 287,451, 287,452, 287,453, 287,454, 287,455, 287,456, 287,457, 287,458, 287,459, 287,460, 287,461, 287,462, 287,463, 287,464, 287,465, 287,466, 287,467, 287,468, 287,469, 287,470, 287,471, 287,472, 287,473, 287,474, 287,475, 287,476, 287,477, 287,478, 287,479, 287,480, 287,481, 287,482, 287,483, 287,484, 287,485, 287,486, 287,487, 287,488, 287,489, 287,490, 287,491, 287,492, 287,493, 287,494, 287,495, 287,496, 287,497, 287,498, 287,499, 287,500, 287,501, 287,502, 287,503, 287,504, 287,505, 287,506, 287,507, 287,508, 287,509, 287,510, 287,511, 287,512, 287,513, 287,514, 287,515, 287,516, 287,517, 287,518, 287,519, 287,520, 287,521, 287,522, 287,523, 287,524, 287,525, 287,526, 287,527, 287,528, 287,529, 287,530, 287,531, 287,532, 287,533, 287,534, 287,535, 287,536, 287,537, 287,538, 287,539, 287,540, 287,541, 287,542, 287,543, 287,544, 287,545, 287,546, 287,547, 287,548, 287,549, 287,550, 287,551, 287,552, 287,553, 287,554, 287,555, 287,556, 287,557, 287,558, 287,559, 287,560, 287,561, 287,562, 287,563, 287,564, 287,565, 287,566, 287,567, 287,568, 287,569, 287,570, 287,571, 287,572, 287,573, 287,574, 287,575, 287,576, 287,577, 287,578, 287,579, 287,580, 287,581, 287,582, 287,583, 287,584, 287,585, 287,586, 287,587, 287,588, 287,589, 287,590, 287,591, 287,592, 287,593, 287,594, 287,595, 287,596, 287,597, 287,598, 287,599, 287,600, 287,601, 287,602, 287,603, 287,604, 287,605, 287,606, 287,607, 287,608, 287,609, 287,610, 287,611, 287,612, 287,613, 287,614, 287,615, 287,616, 287,617, 287,618, 287,619, 287,620, 287,621, 287,622, 287,623, 287,624, 287,625, 287,626, 287,627, 287,628, 287,629, 287,630, 287,631, 287,632, 287,633, 287,634, 287,635, 287,636, 287,637, 287,638, 287,639, 287,640, 287,641, 287,642, 287,643, 287,644, 287,645, 287,646, 287,647, 287,648, 287,649, 287,650, 287,651, 287,652, 287,653, 287,654, 287,655, 287,656, 287,657, 287,658, 287,659, 287,660, 287,661, 287,662, 287,663, 287,664, 287,665, 287,666, 287,667, 287,668, 287,669, 287,670, 287,671, 287,672, 287,673, 287,674, 287,675, 287,676, 287,677, 287,678, 287,679, 287,680, 287,681, 287,682, 287,683, 287,684, 287,685, 287,686, 287,687, 287,688, 287,689, 287,690, 287,691, 287,692, 287,693, 287,694, 287,695, 287,696, 287,697, 287,698, 287,699, 287,700, 287,701, 287,702, 287,703, 287,704, 287,705, 287,706, 287,707, 287,708, 287,709, 287,710, 287,711, 287,712, 287,713, 287,714, 287,715, 287,716, 287,717, 287,718, 287,719, 287,720, 287,721, 287,722, 287,723, 287,724, 287,725, 287,726, 287,727, 287,728, 287,729, 287,730, 287,731, 287,732, 287,733, 287,734, 287,735, 287,736, 287,737, 287,738, 287,739, 287,740, 287,741, 287,742, 287,743, 287,744, 287,745, 287,746, 287,747, 287,748, 287,749, 287,750, 287,751, 287,752, 287,753, 287,754, 287,755, 287,756, 287,757, 287,758, 287,759, 287,760, 287,761, 287,762, 287,763, 287,764, 287,765, 287,766, 287,767, 287,768, 287,769, 287,770, 287,771, 287,772, 287,773, 287,774, 287,775, 287,776, 287,777, 287,778, 287,779, 287,780, 287,781, 287,782, 287,783, 287,784, 287,785, 287,786, 287,787, 287,788, 287,789, 287,790, 287,791, 287,792, 287,793, 287,794, 287,795, 287,796, 287,797, 287,798, 287,799, 287,800, 287,801, 287,802, 287,803, 287,804, 287,805, 287,806, 287,807, 287,808, 287,809, 287,810, 287,811, 287,812, 287,813, 287,814, 287,815, 287,816, 287,817, 287,818, 287,819, 287,820, 287,821, 287,822, 287,823, 287,824, 287,825, 287,826, 287,827, 287,828, 287,829, 287,830, 287,831, 287,832, 287,833, 287,834, 287,835, 287,836, 287,837, 287,838, 287,839, 287,840, 287,841, 287,842, 287,843, 287,844, 287,845, 287,846, 287,847, 287,848, 287,849, 287,850, 287,851, 287,852, 287,853, 287,854, 287,855, 287,856, 287,857, 287,858, 287,859, 287,860, 287,861, 287,862, 287,863, 287,864, 287,865, 287,866, 287,867, 287,868, 287,869, 287,870, 287,871, 287,872, 287,873, 287,874, 287,875, 287,876, 287,877, 287,878, 287,879, 287,880, 287,881, 287,882, 287,883, 287,884, 287,885, 287,886, 287,887, 287,888, 287,889, 287,890, 287,891, 287,892, 287,893, 287,894, 287,895, 287,896, 287,897, 287,898, 287,899, 287,900, 287,901, 287,902, 287,903, 287,904, 287,905, 287,906, 287,907, 287,908, 287,909, 287,910, 287,911, 287,912, 287,913, 287,914, 287,915, 287,916, 287,917, 287,918, 287,919, 287,920, 287,921, 287,922, 287,923, 287,924, 287,925, 287,926, 287,927, 287,928, 287,929, 287,930, 287,931, 287,932, 287,933, 287,934, 287,935, 287,936, 287,937, 287,938, 287,939, 287,940, 287,941, 287,942, 287,943, 287,944, 287,945, 287,946, 287,947, 287,948, 287,949, 287,950, 287,951, 287,952, 287,953, 287,954, 287,955, 287,956, 287,957, 287,958, 287,959, 287,960, 287,961, 287,962, 287,963, 287,964, 287,965, 287,966, 287,967, 287,968, 287,969, 287,970, 287,971, 287,972, 287,973, 287,974, 287,975, 287,976, 287,977, 287,978, 287,979, 287,980, 287,981, 287,982, 287,983, 287,984, 287,985, 287,986, 287,987, 287,988, 287,989, 287,990, 287,991, 287,992, 287,993, 287,994, 287,995, 287,996, 287,997, 287,998, 287,999, 288,000, 288,001, 288,002, 288,003, 288,004, 288,005, 288,006, 288,007, 288,008, 288,009, 288,010, 288,011, 288,012, 288,013, 288,014, 288,015, 288,016, 288,017, 288,018, 288,019, 288,020, 288,021, 288,022, 288,023, 288,024, 288,025, 288,026, 288,027, 288,028, 288,029, 288,030, 288,031, 288,032, 288,033, 288,034, 288,035, 288,036, 288,037, 288,038, 288,039, 288,040, 288,041, 288,042, 288,043, 288,044, 288,045, 288,046, 288,047, 288,048, 288,049, 288,050, 288,051, 288,052, 288,053, 288,054, 288,055, 288,056, 288,057, 288,058, 288,059, 288,060, 288,061, 288,062, 288,063, 288,064, 288,065, 288,066, 288,067, 288,068, 288,069, 288,070, 288,071, 288,072, 288,073, 288,074, 288,075, 288,076, 288,077, 288,078, 288,079, 288,080, 288,081, 288,082, 288,083, 288,084, 288,085, 288,086, 288,087, 288,088, 288,089, 288,090, 288,091, 288,092, 288,093, 288,094, 288,095, 288,096, 288,097, 288,098, 288,099, 288,100, 288,101, 288,102, 288,103, 288,104, 288,105, 288,106, 288,107, 288,108, 288,109, 288,110, 288,111, 288,112, 288,113, 288,114, 288,115, 288,116, 288,117, 288,118, 288,119, 288,120, 288,121, 288,122, 288,123, 288,124, 288,125, 288,126, 288,127, 288,128, 288,129, 288,130, 288,131, 288,132, 288,133, 288,134, 288,135, 288,136, 288,137, 288,138, 288,139, 288,140, 288,141, 288,142, 288,143, 288,144, 288,145, 288,146, 288,147, 288,148, 288,149, 288,150, 288,151, 288,152, 288,153, 288,154, 288,155, 288,156, 288,157, 288,158, 288,159, 288,160, 288,161, 288,162, 288,163, 288,164, 288,165, 288,166, 288,167, 288,168, 288,169, 288,170, 288,171, 288,172, 288,173, 288,174, 288,175, 288,176, 288,177, 288,178, 288,179, 288,180, 288,181, 288,182, 288,183, 288,184, 288,185, 288,186, 288,187, 288,188, 288,189, 288,190, 288,191, 288,192, 288,193, 288,194, 288,195, 288,196, 288,197, 288,198, 288,199, 288,200, 288,201, 288,202, 288,203, 288,204, 288,205, 288,206, 288,207, 288,208, 288,209, 288,210, 288,211, 288,212, 288,213, 288,214, 288,215, 288,216, 288,217, 288,218, 288,219, 288,220, 288,221, 288,222, 288,223, 288,224, 288,225, 288,226, 288,227, 288,228, 288,229, 288,230, 288,231, 288,232, 288,233, 288,234, 288,235, 288,236, 288,237, 288,238, 288,239, 288,240, 288,241, 288,242, 288,243, 288,244, 288,245, 288,246, 288,247, 288,248, 288,249, 288,250, 288,251, 288,252, 288,253, 288,254, 288,255, 288,256, 288,257, 288,258, 288,259, 288,260, 288,261, 288,262, 288,263, 288,264, 288,265, 288,266, 288,267, 288,268, 288,269, 288,270, 288,271, 288,272, 288,273, 288,274, 288,275, 288,276, 288,277, 288,278, 288,279, 288,280, 288,281, 288,282, 288,283, 288,284, 288,285, 288,286, 288,287, 288,288, 288,289, 288,290, 288,291, 288,292, 288,293, 288,294, 288,295, 288,296, 288,297, 288,298, 288,299, 288,300, 288,301, 288,302, 288,303, 288,304, 288,305, 288,306, 288,307, 288,308, 288,309, 288,310, 288,311, 288,312, 288,313, 288,314, 288,315, 288,316, 288,317, 288,318, 288,319, 288,320, 288,321, 288,322, 288,323, 288,324, 288,325, 288,326, 288,327, 288,328, 288,329, 288,330, 288,331, 288,332, 288,333, 288,334, 288,335, 288,336, 288,337, 288,338, 288,339, 288,340, 288,341, 288,342, 288,343, 288,344, 288,345, 288,346, 288,347, 288,348, 288,349, 288,350, 288,351, 288,352, 288,353, 288,354, 288,355, 288,356, 288,357, 288,358, 288,359, 288,360, 288,361, 288,362, 288,363, 288,364, 288,365, 288,366, 288,367, 288,368, 288,369, 288,370, 288,371, 288,372, 288,373, 288,374, 288,375, 288,376, 288,377, 288,378, 288,379, 288,380, 288,381, 288,382, 288,383, 288,384, 288,385, 288,386, 288,387, 288,388, 288,389, 288,390, 288,391, 288,392, 288,393, 288,394, 288,395, 288,396, 288,397, 288,398, 288,399, 288,400, 288,401, 288,402, 288,403, 288,404, 288,405, 288,406, 288,407, 288,408, 288,409, 288,410, 288,411, 288,412, 288,413, 288,414, 288,415, 288,416, 288,417, 288,418, 288,419, 288,420, 288,421, 288,422, 288,423, 288,424, 288,425, 288,426, 288,427, 288,428, 288,429, 288,430, 288,431, 288,432, 288,433, 288,434, 288,435, 288,436, 288,437, 288,438, 288,439, 288,440, 288,441, 288,442, 288,443, 288,444, 288,445, 288,446, 288,447, 288,448, 288,449, 288,450, 288,451, 288,452, 288,453, 288,454, 288,455, 288,456, 288,457, 288,458, 288,459, 288,460, 288,461, 288,462, 288,463, 288,464, 288,465, 288,466, 288,467, 288,468, 288,469, 288,470, 288,471, 288,472, 288,473, 288,474, 288,475, 288,476, 288,477, 288,478, 288,479, 288,480, 288,481, 288,482, 288,483, 288,484, 288,485, 288,486, 288,487, 288,488, 288,489, 288,490, 288,491, 288,492, 288,493, 288,494, 288,495, 288,496, 288,497, 288,498, 288,499, 288,500, 288,501, 288,502, 288,503, 288,504, 288,505, 288,506, 288,507, 288,508, 288,509, 288,510, 288,511, 288,512, 288,513, 288,514, 288,515, 288,516, 288,517, 288,518, 288,519, 288,520, 288,521, 288,522, 288,523, 288,524, 288,525, 288,526, 288,527, 288,528, 288,529, 288,530, 288,531, 288,532, 288,533, 288,534, 288,535, 288,536, 288,537, 288,538, 288,539, 288,540, 288,541, 288,542, 288,543, 288,544, 288,545, 288,546, 288,547, 288,548, 288,549, 288,550, 288,551, 288,552, 288,553, 288,554, 288,555, 288,556, 288,557, 288,558, 288,559, 288,560, 288,561, 288,562, 288,563, 288,564, 288,565, 288,566, 288,567, 288,568, 288,569, 288,570, 288,571, 288,572, 288,573, 288,574, 288,575, 288,576, 288,577, 288,578, 288,579, 288,580, 288,581, 288,582, 288,583, 288,584, 288,585, 288,586, 288,587, 288,588, 288,589, 288,590, 288,591, 288,592, 288,593, 288,594, 288,595, 288,596, 288,597, 288,598, 288,599, 288,600, 288,601, 288,602, 288,603, 288,604, 288,605, 288,606, 288,607, 288,608, 288,609, 288,610, 288,611, 288,612, 288,613, 288,614, 288,615, 288,616, 288,617, 288,618, 288,619, 288,620, 288,621, 288,622, 288,623, 288,624, 288,625, 288,626, 288,627, 280,628, 280,629, 280,630, 280,631, 280,632, 280,633, 280,634, 280,635, 280,636, 280,637, 280,638, 280,639, 280,640, 280,641, 280,642, 280,643, 280,644, 280,645, 280,646, 280,647, 280,648, 280,649, 280,650, 280,651, 280,652, 280,653, 280,654, 280,655, 280,656, 280,657, 280,658, 280,659, 280,660, 280,661, 280,662, 280,663, 280,664, 280,665, 280,666, 280,667, 280,668, 280,669, 280,670, 280,671, 280,672, 280,673, 280,674, 280,675, 280,676, 280,677, 280,678, 280,679, 280,680, 280,681, 280,682, 280,683, 280,684, 280,685, 280,686, 280,687, 280,688, 280,689, 280,690, 280,691, 280,692, 280,693, 280,694, 280,695, 280,696, 280,697, 280,698, 280,699, 280,700, 280,701, 280,702, 280,703, 280,704, 280,705, 280,706, 280,707, 280,708, 280,709, 280,710, 280,711, 280,712, 280,713, 280,714, 280,715, 280,716, 280,717, 280,718, 280,719, 280,720, 280,721, 280,722, 280,723, 280,724, 280,725, 280,726, 280,727, 280,728, 280,729, 280,730, 280,731, 280,732, 280,733, 280,734, 280,735, 280,736, 280,737, 280,738, 280,739, 280,740, 280,741, 280,742, 280,743, 280,744, 280,745, 280,746, 280,747, 280,748, 280,749, 280,750, 280,751, 280,752, 280,753, 280,754, 280,755, 280,756, 280,757, 280,758, 280,759, 280,760, 280,761, 280,762, 280,763, 280,764, 280,765, 280,766, 280,767, 280,768, 280,769, 280,770, 280,771, 280,772, 280,773, 280,774, 280,775, 280,776, 280,777, 280,778, 280,779, 280,780, 280,781, 280,782, 280,783, 280,784, 280,785, 280,786, 280,787, 280,788, 280,789, 280,790, 280,791, 280,792, 280,793, 280,794, 280,795, 280,796, 280,797, 280,798, 280,799, 280,800, 280,801, 280,802, 280,803, 280,804, 280,805, 280,806, 280,807, 280,808, 280,809, 280,810, 280,811, 280,812, 280,813, 280,814, 280,815, 280,816, 280,817, 280,818, 280,819, 280,820, 280,821, 280,822, 280,823, 280,824, 280,825, 280,826, 280,827, 280,828, 280,829, 280,830, 280,831, 288,832, 288,833, 288,834, 288,835, 288,836, 288,837, 288,838, 288,839, 288,840, 288,841, 288,842, 288,843, 288,844, 288,845, 288,846, 288,847, 288,848, 288,849, 288,850, 288,851, 288,852, 288,853, 288,854, 288,855, 288,856, 288,857, 288,858, 288,859, 288,860, 288,861, 288,862, 288,863, 288,864, 288,865, 288,866, 288,867, 288,868, 288,869, 288,870, 288,871, 288,872, 288,873, 288,874, 288,875, 288,876, 288,877, 288,878, 288,879, 288,880, 288,881, 288,882, 288,883, 288,884, 288,885, 288,886, 288,887, 288,888, 288,889, 288,890, 288,891, 288,892, 288,893, 288,894, 288,895, 288,896, 288,897, 288,898, 288,899, 288,900, 288,901, 288,902, 288,903, 288,904, 288,905, 288,906, 288,907, 288,908, 288,909, 288,910, 288,911, 288,912, 288,913, 288,914, 288,915, 288,916, 288,917, 288,918, 288,919, 288,920, 288,921, 288,922, 288,923, 288,924, 288,925, 288,926, 288,927, 288,928, 288,929, 288,930, 288,931, 288,932, 288,933, 288,934, 288,935, 288,936, 288,937, 288,938, 288,939, 288,940, 288,941, 288,942, 288,943, 288,944, 288,945, 288,946, 288,947, 288,948, 288,949, 288,950, 288,951, 288,952, 288,953, 288,954, 288,955, 288,956, 288,957, 288,958, 288,959, 288,960, 288,961, 288,962, 288,963, 288,964, 288,965, 288,966, 288,967, 288,968, 288,969, 288,970, 288,971, 288,972, 288,973, 288,974, 288,975, 288,976, 288,977, 288,978, 288,979, 288,980, 288,981, 288,982, 288,983, 288,984, 288,985, 288,986, 288,987, 288,988, 288,989, 288,990, 288,991, 288,992, 288,993, 288,994, 288,995, 288,996, 288,997, 288,998, 288,999, 289,000, 289,001, 289,002, 289,003, 289,004, 289,005, 289,006, 289,007, 289,008, 289,009, 289,010, 289,011, 289,012, 289,013, 289,014, 289,015, 289,016, 289,017, 289,018, 289,019, 289,020, 289,021, 289,022, 289,023, 289,024, 289,025, 289,026, 289,027, 289,028, 289,029, 289,030, 289,031, 289,032, 289,033, 289,034, 289,035, 289,036, 289,037, 289,038, 289,039, 289,040, 289,041, 289,042, 289,043, 289,044, 289,045, 289,046, 289,047, 289,048, 289,049, 289,050, 289,051, 289,052, 289,053, 289,054, 289,055, 289,056, 289,057, 289,058, 289,059, 289,060, 289,061, 289,062, 289,063, 289,064, 289,065, 289,066, 289,067, 289,068, 289,069, 289,070, 289,071, 289,072, 289,073, 289,074, 289,075, 289,076, 289,077, 289,078, 289,079, 289,080, 289,081, 289,082, 289,083, 289,084, 289,085, 289,086, 289,087, 289,088, 289,089, 289,090, 289,091, 289,092, 289,093, 289,094, 289,095, 289,096, 289,097, 289,098, 289,099, 289,100, 289,101, 289,102, 289,103, 289,104, 289,105, 289,106, 289,107, 289,108, 289,109, 289,110, 289,111, 289,112, 289,113, 289,114, 289,115, 289,116, 289,117, 289,118, 289,119, 289,120, 289,121, 289,122, 289,123, 289,124, 289,125, 289,126, 289,127, 289,128, 289,129, 289,130, 289,131, 289,132, 289,133, 289,134, 289,135, 289,136, 289,137, 289,138, 289,139, 289,140, 289,141, 289,142, 289,143, 289,144, 289,145, 289,146, 289,147, 289,148, 289,149, 289,150, 289,151, 289,152, 289,153, 289,154, 289,155, 289,156, 289,157, 289,158, 289,159, 289,160, 289,161, 289,162, 289,163, 289,164, 289,165, 289,166, 289,167, 289,168, 289,169, 289,170, 289,171, 289,172, 289,173, 289,174, 289,175, 289,176, 289,177, 289,178, 289,179, 289,180, 289,181, 289,182, 289,183, 289,184, 289,185, 289,186, 289,187, 289,188, 289,189, 289,190, 289,191, 289,192, 289,193, 289,194, 289,195, 289,196, 289,197, 289,198, 289,199, 289,200, 289,201, 289,202, 289,203, 289,204, 289,205, 289,206, 289,207, 289,208, 289,209, 289,210, 289,211, 289,212, 289,213, 289,214, 289,215, 289,216, 289,217, 289,218, 289,219, 289,220, 289,221, 289,222, 289,223, 289,224, 289,225, 289,226, 289,227, 289,228, 289,229, 289,230, 289,231, 289,232, 289,233, 289,234, 289,235, 289,236, 289,237, 289,238, 289,239, 289,240, 289,241, 289,242, 289,243, 289,244, 289,245, 289,246, 289,247, 289,248, 289,249, 289,250, 289,251, 289,252, 289,253, 289,254, 289,255, 289,256, 289,257, 289,258, 289,259, 289,260, 289,261, 289,262, 289,263, 289,264, 289,265, 289,266, 289,267, 289,268, 289,269, 289,270, 289,271, 289,272, 289,273, 289,274, 289,275, 289,276, 289,277, 289,278, 289,279, 289,280, 289,281, 289,282, 289,283, 289,284, 289,285, 289,286, 289,287, 289,288, 289,289, 289,290, 289,291, 289,292, 289,293, 289,294, 289,295, 289,296, 289,297, 289,298, 289,299, 289,300, 289,301, 289,302, 289,303, 289,304, 289,305, 289,306, 289,307, 289,308, 289,309, 289,310, 289,311, 289,312, 289,313, 289,314, 289,315, 289,316, 289,317, 289,318, 289,319, 289,320, 289,321, 289,322, 289,323, 289,324, 289,325, 289,326, 289,327, 289,328, 289,329, 289,330, 289,331, 289,332, 289,333, 289,334, 289,335, 289,336, 289,337, 289,338, 289,339, 289,340, 289,341, 289,342, 289,343, 289,344, 289,345, 289,346, 289,347, 289,348, 289,349, 289,350, 289,351, 289,352, 289,353, 289,354, 289,355, 289,356, 289,357, 289,358, 289,359, 289,360, 289,361, 289,362, 289,363, 289,364, 289,365, 289,366, 289,367, 289,368, 289,369, 289,370, 289,371, 289,372, 289,373, 289,374, 289,375, 289,376, 289,377, 289,378, 289,379, 289,380, 289,381, 289,382, 289,383, 289,384, 289,385, 289,386, 289,387, 289,388, 289,389, 289,390, 289,391, 289,392, 289,393, 289,394, 289,395, 289,396, 289,397, 289,398, 289,399, 289,400, 289,401, 289,402, 289,403, 289,404, 289,405, 289,406, 289,407, 289,408, 289,409, 289,410, 289,411, 289,412, 289,413, 289,414, 289,415, 289,416, 289,417, 289,418, 289,419, 289,420, 289,421, 289,422, 289,423, 289,424, 289,425, 289,426, 289,427, 289,428, 289,429, 289,430, 289,431, 289,432, 289,433, 289,434, 289,435, 289,436, 289,437, 289,438, 289,439, 289,440, 289,441, 289,442, 289,443, 289,444, 289,445, 289,446, 289,447, 289,448, 289,449, 289,450, 289,451, 289,452, 289,453, 289,454, 289,455, 289,456, 289,457, 289,458, 289,459, 289,460, 289,461, 289,462, 289,463, 289,464, 289,465, 289,466, 289,467, 289,468, 289,469, 289,470, 289,471, 289,472, 289,473, 289,474, 289,475, 289,476, 289,477, 289,478, 289,479, 289,480, 289,481, 289,482, 289,483, 289,484, 289,485, 289,486, 289,487, 289,488, 289,489, 289,490, 289,491, 289,492, 289,493, 289,494, 289,495, 289,496, 289,497, 289,498, 289,499, 289,500, 289,501, 289,502, 289,503, 289,504, 289,505, 289,506, 289,507, 289,508, 289,509, 289,510, 289,511, 289,512, 289,513, 289,514, 289,515, 289,516, 289,517, 289,518, 289,519, 289,520, 289,521, 289,522, 289,523, 289,524, 289,525, 289,526, 289,527, 289,528, 289,529, 289,530, 289,531, 289,532, 289,533, 289,534, 289,535, 289,536, 289,537, 289,538, 289,539, 289,540, 289,541, 289,542, 289,543, 289,544, 289,545, 289,546, 289,547, 289,548, 289,549, 289,550, 289,551, 289,552, 289,553, 289,554, 289,555, 289,556, 289,557, 289,558, 289,559, 289,560, 289,561, 289,562, 289,563, 289,564, 289,565, 289,566, 289,567, 289,568, 289,569, 289,570, 289,571, 289,572, 289,573, 289,574, 289,575, 289,576, 289,577, 289,578, 289,579, 289,580, 289,581, 289,582, 289,583, 289,584, 289,585, 289,586, 289,587, 289,588, 289,589, 289,590, 289,591, 289,592, 289,593, 289,594, 289,595, 289,596, 289,597, 289,598, 289,599, 289,600, 289,601, 289,602, 289,603, 289,604, 289,605, 289,606, 289,607, 289,608, 289,609, 289,610, 289,611, 289,612, 289,613, 289,614, 289,615, 289,616, 289,617, 289,618, 289,619, 289,620, 289,621, 289,622, 289,623, 289,624, 289,625, 289,626, 289,627, 289,628, 289,629, 289,630, 289,631, 289,632, 289,633, 289,634, 289,635, 289,636, 289,637, 289,638, 289,639, 289,640, 289,641, 289,642, 289,643, 289,644, 289,645, 289,646, 289,647, 289,648, 289,649, 289,650, 289,651, 289,652, 289,653, 289,654, 289,655, 289,656, 289,657, 289,658, 289,659, 289,660, 289,661, 289,662, 289,663, 289,664, 289,665, 289,666, 289,667, 289,668, 289,669, 289,670, 289,671, 289,672, 289,673, 289,674, 289,675, 289,676, 289,677, 289,678, 289,679, 289,680, 289,681, 289,682, 289,683, 289,684, 289,685, 289,686, 289,687, 289,688, 289,689, 289,690, 289,691, 289,692, 289,693, 289,694, 289,695, 289,696, 289,697, 289,698, 289,699, 289,700, 289,701, 289,702, 289,703, 289,704, 289,705, 289,706, 289,707, 289,708, 289,709, 289,710, 289,711, 289,712, 289,713, 289,714, 289,715, 289,716, 289,717, 289,718, 289,719, 289,720, 289,721, 289,722, 289,723, 289,724, 289,725, 289,726, 289,727, 289,728, 289,729, 289,730, 289,731, 289,732, 289,733, 289,734, 289,735, 289,736, 289,737, 289,738, 289,739, 289,740, 289,741, 289,742, 289,743, 289,744, 289,745, 289,746, 289,747, 289,748, 289,749, 289,750, 289,751, 289,752, 289,753, 289,754, 289,755, 289,756, 289,757, 289,758, 289,759, 289,760, 289,761, 289,762, 289,763, 289,764, 289,765, 289,766, 289,767, 289,768, 289,769, 289,770, 289,771, 289,772, 289,773, 289,774, 289,775, 289,776, 289,777, 289,778, 289,779, 289,780, 289,781, 289,782, 289,783, 289,784, 289,785, 289,786, 289,787, 289,788, 289,789, 289,790, 289,791, 289,792, 289,793, 289,794, 289,795, 289,796, 289,797, 289,798, 289,799, 289,800, 289,801, 289,802, 289,803, 289,804, 289,805, 289,806, 289,807, 289,808, 289,809, 289,810, 289,811, 289,812, 289,813, 289,814, 289,815, 289,816, 289,817, 289,818, 289,819, 289,820, 289,821, 289,822, 289,823, 289,824, 289,825, 289,826, 289,827, 289,828, 289,829, 289,830, 289,831, 289,832, 289,833, 289,834, 289,835, 289,836, 289,837, 289,838, 289,839, 289,840, 289,841, 289,842, 289,843, 289,844, 289,845, 289,846, 289,847, 289,848, 289,849, 289,850, 289,851, 289,852, 289,853, 289,854, 289,855, 289,856, 289,857, 289,858, 289,859, 289,860, 289,861, 289,862, 289,863, 289,864, 289,865, 289,866, 289,867, 289,868, 289,869, 289,870, 289,871, 289,872, 289,873, 289,874, 289,875, 289,876, 289,877, 289,878, 289,879, 289,880, 289,881, 289,882, 289,883, 289,884, 289,885, 289,886, 289,887, 289,888, 289,889, 289,890, 289,891, 289,892, 289,893, 289,894, 289,895, 289,896, 289,897, 289,898, 289,899, 289,900, 289,901, 289,902, 289,903, 289,904, 289,905, 289,906, 289,907, 289,908, 289,909, 289,910, 289,911, 289,912, 289,913, 289,914, 289,915, 289,916, 289,917, 289,918, 289,919, 289,920, 289,921, 289,922, 289,923, 289,924, 289,925, 289,926, 289,927, 289,928, 289,929, 289,930, 289,931, 289,932, 289,933, 289,934, 289,935, 289,936, 289,937, 289,938, 289,939, 289,940, 289,941, 289,942, 289,943, 289,944, 289,945, 289,946, 289,947, 289,948, 289,949, 289,950, 289,951, 289,952, 289,953, 289,954, 289,955, 289,956, 289,957, 289,958, 289,959, 289,960, 289,961, 289,962, 289,963, 289,964, 289,965, 289,966, 289,967, 289,968, 289,969, 289,970, 289,971, 289,972, 289,973, 289,974, 289,975, 289,976, 289,977, 289,978, 289,979, 289,980, 289,981, 289,982, 289,983, 289,984, 289,985, 289,986, 289,987, 289,988, 289,989, 289,990, 289,991, 289,992, 289,993, 289,994, 289,995, 289,996, 289,997, 289,998, 289,999, 290,000, 290,001, 290,002, 290,003, 290,004, 290,005, 290,006, 290,007, 290,008, 290,009, 290,010, 290,011, 290,012, 290,013, 290,014, 290,015, 290,016, 290,017, 290,018, 290,019, 290,020, 290,021, 290,022, 290,023, 290,024, 290,025, 290,026, 290,027, 290,028, 290,029, 290,030, 290,031, 290,032, 290,033, 290,034, 290,035, 290,036, 290,037, 290,038, 290,039, 290,040, 290,041, 290,042, 290,043, 290,044, 290,045, 290,046, 290,047, 290,048, 290,049, 290,050, 290,051, 290,052, 290,053, 290,054, 290,055, 290,056, 290,057, 290,058, 290,059, 290,060, 290,061, 290,062, 290,063, 290,064, 290,065, 290,066, 290,067, 290,068, 290,069, 290,070, 290,071, 290,072, 290,073, 290,074, 290,075, 290,076, 290,077, 290,078, 290,079, 290,080, 290,081, 290,082, 290,083, 290,084, 290,085, 290,086, 290,087, 290,088, 290,089, 290,090, 290,091, 290,092, 290,093, 290,094, 290,095, 290,096, 290,097, 290,098, 290,099, 290,100, 290,101, 290,102, 290,103, 290,104, 290,105, 290,106, 290,107, 290,108, 290,109, 290,110, 290,111, 290,112, 290,113, 290,114, 290,115, 290,116, 290,117, 290,118, 290,119, 290,120, 290,121, 290,122, 290,123, 290,124, 290,125, 290,126, 290,127, 290,128, 290,129, 290,130, 290,131, 290,132, 290,133, 290,134, 290,135, 290,136, 290,137, 290,138, 290,139, 290,140, 290,141, 290,142, 290,143, 290,144, 290,145, 290,146, 290,147, 290,148, 290,149, 290,150, 290,151, 290,152, 290,153, 290,154, 290,155, 290,156, 290,157, 290,158, 290,159, 290,160, 290,161, 290,162, 290,163, 290,164, 290,165, 290,166, 290,167, 290,168, 290,169, 290,170, 290,171, 290,172, 290,173, 290,174, 290,175, 290,176, 290,177, 290,178, 290,179, 290,180, 290,181, 290,182, 290,183, 290,184, 290,185, 290,186, 290,187, 290,188, 290,189, 290,190, 290,191, 290,192, 290,193, 290,194, 290,195, 290,196, 290,197, 290,198, 290,199, 290,200, 290,201, 290,202, 290,203, 290,204, 290,205, 290,206, 290,207, 290,208, 290,209, 290,210, 290,211, 290,212, 290,213, 290,214, 290,215, 290,216, 290,217, 290,218, 290,219, 290,220, 290,221, 290,222, 290,223, 290,224, 290,225, 290,226, 290,227, 290,228, 290,229, 290,230, 290,231, 290,232, 290,233, 290,234, 290,235, 290,236, 290,237, 290,238, 290,239, 290,240, 290,241, 290,242, 290,243, 290,244, 290,245, 290,246, 290,247, 290,248, 290,249, 290,250, 290,251, 290,252, 290,253, 290,254, 290,255, 290,256, 290,257, 290,258, 290,259, 290,260, 290,261, 290,262, 290,263, 290,264, 290,265, 290,266, 290,267, 290,268, 290,269, 290,270, 290,271, 290,272, 290,273, 290,274, 290,275, 290,276, 290,277, 290,278, 290,279, 290,280, 290,281, 290,282, 290,283, 290,284, 290,285, 290,286, 290,287, 290,288, 290,289, 290,290, 290,291, 290,292, 290,293, 290,294, 290,295, 290,296, 290,297, 290,298, 290,299, 290,300, 290,301, 290,302, 290,303, 290,304, 290,305, 290,306, 290,307, 290,308, 290,309, 290,310, 290,311, 290,312, 290,313, 290,314, 290,315, 290,316, 290,317, 290,318, 290,319, 290,320, 290,321, 290,322, 290,323, 290,324, 290,325, 290,326, 290,327, 290,328, 290,329, 290,330, 290,331, 290,332, 290,333, 290,334, 290,335, 290,336, 290,337, 290,338, 290,339, 290,340, 290,341, 290,342, 290,343, 290,344, 290,345, 290,346, 290,347, 290,348, 290,349, 290,350, 290,351, 290,352, 290,353, 290,354, 290,355, 290,356, 290,357, 290,358, 290,359, 290,360, 290,361, 290,362, 290,363, 290,364, 290,365, 290,366, 290,367, 290,368, 290,369, 290,370, 290,371, 290,372, 290,373, 290,374, 290,375, 290,376, 290,377, 290,378, 290,379, 290,380, 290,381, 290,382, 290,383, 290,384, 290,385, 290,386, 290,387, 290,388, 290,389, 290,390, 290,391, 290,392, 290,393, 290,394, 290,395, 290,396, 290,397, 290,398, 290,399, 290,400, 290,401, 290,402, 290,403, 290,404, 290,405, 290,406, 290,407, 290,408, 290,409, 290,410, 290,411, 290,412, 290,413, 290,414, 290,415, 290,416, 290,417, 290,418, 290,419, 290,420, 290,421, 290,422, 290,423, 290,424, 290,425, 290,426, 290,427, 290,428, 290,429, 290,430, 290,431, 290,432, 290,433, 290,434, 290,435, 290,436, 290,437, 290,438, 290,439, 290,440, 290,441, 290,442, 290,443, 290,444, 290,445, 290,446, 290,447, 290,448, 290,449, 290,450, 290,451, 290,452, 290,453, 290,454, 290,455, 290,456, 290,457, 290,458, 290,459, 290,460, 290,461, 290,462, 290,463, 290,464, 290,465, 290,466, 290,467, 290,468, 290,469, 290,470, 290,471, 290,472, 290,473, 290,474, 290,475, 290,476, 290,477, 290,478, 290,479, 290,480, 290,481, 290,482, 290,483, 290,484, 290,485, 290,486, 290,487, 290,488, 290,489, 290,490, 290,491, 290,492, 290,493, 290,494, 290,495, 290,496, 290,497, 290,498, 290,499, 290,500, 290,501, 290,502, 290,503, 290,504, 290,505, 290,506, 290,507, 290,508, 290,509, 290,510, 290,511, 290,512, 290,513, 290,514, 290,515, 290,516, 290,517, 290,518, 290,519, 290,520, 290,521, 290,522, 290,523, 290,524, 290,525, 290,526, 290,527, 290,528, 290,529, 290,530, 290,531, 290,532, 290,533, 290,534, 290,535, 290,536, 290,537, 290,538, 290,539, 290,540, 290,541, 290,542, 290,543, 290,544, 290,545, 290,546, 290,547, 290,548, 290,549, 290,550, 290,551, 290,552, 290,553, 290,554, 290,555, 290,556, 290,557, 290,558, 290,559, 290,560, 290,561, 290,562, 290,563, 290,564, 290,565, 290,566, 290,567, 290,568, 290,569, 290,570, 290,571, 290,572, 290,573, 290,574, 290,575, 290,576, 290,577, 290,578, 290,579, 290,580, 290,581, 290,582, 290,583, 290,584, 290,585, 290,586, 290,587, 290,588, 290,589, 290,590, 290,591, 290,592, 290,593, 290,594, 290,595, 290,596, 290,597, 290,598, 290,599, 290,600, 290,601, 290,602, 290,603, 290,604, 290,605, 290,606, 290,607, 290,608, 290,609, 290,610, 290,611, 290,612, 290,613, 290,614, 290,615, 290,616, 290,617, 290,618, 290,619, 290,620, 290,621, 290,622, 290,623, 290,624, 290,625, 290,626, 290,627, 290,628, 290,629, 290,630, 290,631, 290,632, 290,633, 290,634, 290,635, 290,636, 290,637, 290,638, 290,639, 290,640, 290,641, 290,642, 290,643, 290,644, 290,645, 290,646, 290,647, 290,648, 290,649, 290,650, 290,651, 290,652, 290,653, 290,654, 290,655, 290,656, 290,657, 290,658, 290,659, 290,660, 290,661, 290,662, 290,663, 290,664, 290,665, 290,666, 290,667, 290,668, 290,669, 290,670, 290,671, 290,672, 290,673, 290,674, 290,675, 290,676, 290,677, 290,678, 290,679, 290,680, 290,681, 290,682, 290,683, 290,684, 290,685, 290,686, 290,687, 290,688, 290,689, 290,690, 290,691, 290,692, 290,693, 290,694, 290,695, 290,696, 290,697, 290,698, 290,699, 290,700, 290,701, 290,702, 290,703, 290,704, 290,705, 290,706, 290,707, 290,708, 290,709, 290,710, 290,711, 290,712, 290,713, 290,714, 290,715, 290,716, 290,717, 290,718, 290,719, 290,720, 290,721, 290,722, 290,723, 290,724, 290,725, 290,726, 290,727, 290,728, 290,729, 290,730, 290,731, 290,732, 290,733, 290,734, 290,735, 290,736, 290,737, 290,738, 290,739, 290,740, 290,741, 290,742, 290,743, 290,744, 290,745, 290,746, 290,747, 290,748, 290,749, 290,750, 290,751, 290,752, 290,753, 290,754, 290,755, 290,756, 290,757, 290,758, 290,759, 290,760, 290,761, 290,762, 290,763, 290,764, 290,765, 290,766, 290,767, 290,768, 290,769, 290,770, 290,771, 290,772, 290,773, 290,774, 290,775, 290,776, 290,777, 290,778, 290,779, 290,780, 290,781, 290,782, 290,783, 290,784, 290,785, 290,786, 290,787, 290,788, 290,789, 290,790, 290,791, 290,792, 290,793, 290,794, 290,795, 290,796, 290,797, 290,798, 290,799, 290,800, 290,801, 290,802, 290,803, 290,804, 290,805, 290,806, 290,807, 290,808, 290,809, 290,810, 290,811, 290,812, 290,813, 290,814, 290,815, 290,816, 290,817, 290,818, 290,819, 290,820, 290,821, 290,822, 290,823, 290,824, 290,825, 290,826, 290,827, 290,828, 290,829, 290,830, 290,831, 290,832, 290,833, 290,834, 290,835, 290,836, 290,837, 290,838, 290,839, 290,840, 290,841, 290,842, 290,843, 290,844, 290,845, 290,846, 290,847, 290,848, 290,849, 290,850, 290,851, 290,852, 290,853, 290,854, 290,855, 290,856, 290,857, 290,858, 290,859, 290,860, 290,861, 290,862, 290,863, 290,864, 290,865, 290,866, 290,867, 290,868, 290,869, 290,870, 290,871, 290,872, 290,873, 290,874, 290,875, 290,876, 290,877, 290,878, 290,879, 290,880, 290,881, 290,882, 290,883, 290,884, 290,885, 290,886, 290,887, 290,888, 290,889, 290,890, 290,891, 290,892, 290,893, 290,894, 290,895, 290,896, 290,897, 290,898, 290,899, 290,900, 290,901, 290,902, 290,903, 290,904, 290,905, 290,906, 290,907, 290,908, 290,909, 290,910, 290,911, 290,912, 290,913, 290,914, 290,915, 290,916, 290,917, 290,918, 290,919, 290,920, 290,921, 290,922, 290,923, 290,924, 290,925, 290,926, 290,927, 290,928, 290,929, 290,930, 290,931, 290,932, 290,933, 290,934, 290,935, 290,936, 290,937, 290,938, 290,939, 290,940, 290,941, 290,942, 290,943, 290,944, 290,945, 290,946, 290,947, 290,948, 290,949, 290,950, 290,951, 290,952, 290,953, 290,954, 290,955, 290,956, 290,957, 290,958, 290,959, 290,960, 290,961, 290,962, 290,963, 290,964, 290,965, 290,966, 290,967, 290,968, 290,969, 290,970, 290,971, 290,972, 290,973, 290,974, 290,975, 290,976, 290,977, 290,978, 290,979, 290,980, 290,981, 290,982, 290,983, 290,984, 290,985, 290,986, 290,987, 290,988, 290,989, 290,990, 290,991, 290,992, 290,993, 290,994, 290,995, 290,996, 290,997, 290,998, 290,999, 291,000, 291,001, 291,002, 291,003, 291,004, 291,005, 291,006, 291,007, 291,008, 291,009, 291,010, 291,011, 291,012, 291,013, 291,014, 291,015, 291,016, 291,017, 291,018, 291,019, 291,020, 291,021, 291,022, 291,023, 291,024, 291,025, 291,026, 291,027, 291,028, 291,029, 291,030, 291,031, 291,032, 291,033, 291,034, 291,035, 291,036, 291,037, 291,038, 291,039, 291,040, 291,041, 291,042, 291,043, 291,044, 291,045, 291,046, 291,047, 291,048, 291,049, 291,050, 291,051, 291,052, 291,053, 291,054, 291,055, 291,056, 291,057, 291,058, 291,059, 291,060, 291,061, 291,062, 291,063, 291,064, 291,065, 291,066, 291,067, 291,068, 291,069, 291,070, 291,071, 291,072, 291,073, 291,074, 291,075, 291,076, 291,077, 291,078, 291,079, 291,080, 291,081, 291,082, 291,083, 291,084, 291,085, 291,086, 291,087, 291,088, 291,089, 291,090, 291,091, 291,092, 291,093, 291,094, 291,095, 291,096, 291,097, 291,098, 291,099, 291,100, 291,101, 291,102, 291,103, 291,104, 291,105, 291,106, 291,107, 291,108, 291,109, 291,110, 291,111, 291,112, 291,113, 291,114, 291,115, 291,116, 291,117, 291,118, 291,119, 291,120, 291,121, 291,122, 291,123, 291,124, 291,125, 291,126, 291,127, 291,128, 291,129, 291,130, 291,131, 291,132, 291,133, 291,134, 291,135, 291,136, 291,137, 291,138, 291,139, 291,140, 291,141, 291,142, 291,143, 291,144, 291,145, 291,146, 291,147, 291,148, 291,149, 291,150, 291,151, 291,152, 291,153, 291,154, 291,155, 291,156, 291,157, 291,158, 291,159, 291,160, 291,161, 291,162, 291,163, 291,164, 291,165, 291,166, 291,167, 291,168, 291,169, 291,170, 291,171, 291,172, 291,173, 291,174, 291,175, 291,176, 291,177, 291,178, 291,179, 291,180, 291,181, 291,182, 291,183, 291,184, 291,185, 291,186, 291,187, 291,188, 291,189, 291,190, 290,191, 290,192, 290,193, 290,194, 290,195, 290,196, 290,197, 290,198, 290,199, 290,200, 290,201, 290,202, 290,203, 290,204, 290,205, 290,206, 290,207, 290,208, 290,209, 290,210, 290,211, 290,212, 290,213, 290,214, 290,215, 290,216, 290,217, 290,218, 290,219, 290,220, 290,221, 290,222, 290,223, 290,224, 290,225, 290,226, 290,227, 290,228, 290,229, 290,230, 290,231, 290,232, 290,233, 290,234, 290,235, 290,236, 290,237, 290,238, 290,239, 290,240, 290,241, 290,242, 290,243, 290,244, 290,245, 290,246, 290,247, 290,248, 290,249, 290,250, 290,251, 290,252, 290,253, 290,254, 290,255, 290,256, 290,257, 290,258, 290,259, 290,260, 290,261, 290,262, 290,263, 290,264, 290,265, 290,266, 290,267, 290,268, 290,269, 290,270, 290,271, 290,272, 290,273, 290,274, 290,275, 290,276, 290,277, 290,278, 290,279, 290,280, 290,281, 290,282, 290,283, 290,284, 290,285, 290,286, 290,287, 290,288, 290,289, 290,290, 290,291, 290,292, 290,293, 290,294, 290,295, 290,296, 290,297, 290,298, 290,299, 290,300, 290,301, 290,302, 290,303, 290,304, 290,305, 290,306, 290,307, 290,308, 290,309, 290,310, 290,311, 290,312, 290,313, 290,314, 290,315, 290,316, 290,317, 290,318, 290,319, 290,320, 290,321, 290,322, 290,323, 290,324, 290,325, 290,326, 290,327, 290,328, 290,329, 290,330, 290,331, 290,332, 290,333, 290,334, 290,335, 290,336, 290,337, 290,338, 290,339, 290,340, 290,341, 290,342, 290,343, 290,344, 290,345, 290,346, 290,347, 290,348, 290,349, 290,350, 290,351, 290,352, 290,353, 290,354, 290,355, 290,356, 290,357, 290,358, 290,359, 291,360, 291,361, 291,362, 291,363, 291,364, 291,365, 291,366, 291,367, 291,368, 291,369, 291,370, 291,371, 291,372, 291,373, 291,374, 291,375, 291,376, 291,377, 291,378, 291,379, 291,380, 291,381, 291,382, 291,383, 291,384, 291,385, 291,386, 291,387, 291,388, 291,389, 291,390, 291,391, 291,392, 291,393, 291,394, 291,395, 291,396, 291,397, 291,398, 291,399, 291,400, 291,401, 291,402, 291,403, 291,404, 291,405, 291,406, 291,407, 291,408, 291,409, 291,410, 291,411, 291,412, 291,413, 291,414, 291,415, 291,416, 291,417, 291,418, 291,419, 291,420, 291,421, 291,422, 291,423, 291,424, 291,425, 291,426, 291,427, 291,428, 291,429, 291,430, 291,431, 291,432, 291,433, 291,434, 291,435, 291,436, 291,437, 291,438, 291,439, 291,440, 291,441, 291,442, 291,443, 291,444, 291,445, 291,446, 291,447, 291,448, 291,449, 291,450, 291,451, 291,452, 291,453, 291,454, 291,455, 291,456, 291,457, 291,458, 291,459, 291,460, 291,461, 291,462, 291,463, 291,464, 291,465, 291,466, 291,467, 291,468, 291,469, 291,470, 291,471, 291,472, 291,473, 291,474, 291,475, 291,476, 291,477, 291,478, 291,479, 291,480, 291,481, 291,482, 291,483, 291,484, 291,485, 291,486, 291,487, 291,488, 291,489, 291,490, 291,491, 291,492, 291,493, 291,494, 291,495, 291,496, 291,497, 291,498, 291,499, 291,500, 291,501, 291,502, 291,503, 291,504, 291,505, 291,506, 291,507, 291,508, 291,509, 291,510, 291,511, 291,512, 291,513, 291,514, 291,515, 291,516, 291,517, 291,518, 291,519, 291,520, 291,521, 291,522, 291,523, 291,524, 291,525, 291,526, 291,527, 291,528, 291,529, 291,530, 291,531, 291,532, 291,533, 291,534, 291,535, 291,536, 291,537, 291,538, 291,539, 291,540, 291,541, 291,542, 291,543, 291,544, 291,545, 291,546, 291,547, 291,548, 291,549, 291,550, 291,551, 291,552, 291,553, 291,554, 291,555, 291,556, 291,557, 291,558, 291,559, 291,560, 291,561, 291,562, 291,563, 291,564, 291,565, 291,566, 291,567, 291,568, 291,569, 291,570, 291,571, 291,572, 291,573, 291,574, 291,575, 291,576, 291,577, 291,578, 291,579, 291,580, 291,581, 291,582, 291,583, 291,584, 291,585, 291,586, 291,587, 291,588, 291,589, 291,590, 291,591, 291,592, 291,593, 291,594, 291,595, 291,596, 291,597, 291,598, 291,599, 291,600, 291,601, 291,602, 291,603, 291,604, 291,605, 291,606, 291,607, 291,608, 291,609, 291,610, 291,611, 291,612, 291,613, 291,614, 291,615, 291,616, 291,617, 291,618, 291,619, 291,620, 291,621, 291,622, 291,623, 291,624, 291,625, 291,626, 291,627, 291,628, 291,629, 291,630, 291,631, 291,632, 291,633, 291,634, 291,635, 291,636, 291,637, 291,638, 291,639, 291,640, 291,641, 291,642, 291,643, 291,644, 291,645, 291,646, 291,647, 291,648, 291,649, 291,650, 291,651, 291,652, 291,653, 291,654, 291,655, 291,656, 291,657, 291,658, 291,659, 291,660, 291,661, 291,662, 291,663, 291,664, 291,665, 291,666, 291,667, 291,668, 291,669, 291,670, 291,671, 291,672, 291,673, 291,674, 291,675, 291,676, 291,677, 291,678, 291,679, 291,680, 291,681, 291,682, 291,683, 291,684, 291,685, 291,686, 291,687, 291,688, 291,689, 291,690, 291,691, 291,692, 291,693, 291,694, 291,695, 291,696, 291,697, 291,698, 291,699, 291,700, 291,701, 291,702, 291,703, 291,704, 291,705, 291,706, 291,707, 291,708, 291,709, 291,710, 291,711, 291,712, 291,713, 291,714, 291,715, 291,716, 291,717, 291,718, 291,719, 291,720, 291,721, 291,722, 291,723, 291,724, 291,725, 291,726, 291,727, 291,728, 291,729, 291,730, 291,731, 291,732, 291,733, 291,734, 291,735, 291,736, 291,737, 291,738, 291,739, 291,740, 291,741, 291,742, 291,743, 291,744, 291,745, 291,746, 291,747, 291,748, 291,749, 291,750, 291,751, 291,752, 291,753, 291,754, 291,755, 291,756, 291,757, 291,758, 291,759, 291,760, 291,761, 291,762, 291,763, 291,764, 291,765, 291,766, 291,767, 291,768, 291,769, 291,770, 291,771, 291,772, 291,773, 291,774, 291,775, 291,776, 291,777, 291,778, 291,779, 291,780, 291,781, 291,782, 291,783, 291,784, 291,785, 291,786, 291,787, 291,788, 291,789, 291,790, 291,791, 291,792, 291,793, 291,794, 291,795, 291,796, 291,797, 291,798, 291,799, 291,800, 291,801, 291,802, 291,803, 291,804, 291,805, 291,806, 291,807, 291,808, 291,809, 291,810, 291,811, 291,812, 291,813, 291,814, 291,815, 291,816, 291,817, 291,818, 291,819, 291,820, 291,821, 291,822, 291,823, 291,824, 291,825, 291,826, 291,827, 291,828, 291,829, 291,830, 291,831, 291,832, 291,833, 291,834, 291,835, 291,836, 291,837, 291,838, 291,839, 291,840, 291,841, 291,842, 291,843, 291,844, 291,845, 291,846, 291,847, 291,848, 291,849, 291,850, 291,851, 291,852, 291,853, 291,854, 291,855, 291,856, 291,857, 291,858, 291,859, 291,860, 291,861, 291,862, 291,863, 291,864, 291,865, 291,866, 291,867, 291,868, 291,869, 291,870, 291,871, 291,872, 291,873, 291,874, 291,875, 291,876, 291,877, 291,878, 291,879, 291,880, 291,881, 291,882, 291,883, 291,884, 291,885, 291,886, 291,887, 291,888, 291,889, 291,890, 291,891, 291,892, 291,893, 291,894, 291,895, 291,896, 291,897, 291,898, 291,899, 291,900, 291,901, 291,902, 291,903, 291,904, 291,905, 291,906, 291,907, 291,908, 291,909, 291,910, 291,911, 291,912, 291,913, 291,914, 291,915, 291,916, 291,917, 291,918, 291,919, 291,920, 291,921, 291,922, 291,923, 291,924, 291,925, 291,926, 291,927, 291,928, 291,929, 291,930, 291,931, 291,932, 291,933, 291,934, 291,935, 291,936, 291,937, 291,938, 291,939, 291,940, 291,941, 291,942, 291,943, 291,944, 291,945, 291,946, 291,947, 291,948, 291,949, 291,950, 291,951, 291,952, 291,953, 291,954, 291,955, 291,956, 291,957, 291,958, 291,959, 291,960, 291,961, 291,962, 291,963, 291,964, 291,965, 291,966, 291,967, 291,968, 291,969, 291,970, 291,971, 291,972, 291,973, 291,974, 291,975, 291,976, 291,977, 291,978, 291,979, 291,980, 291,981, 291,982, 291,983, 291,984, 291,985, 291,986, 291,987, 291,988, 291,989, 291,990, 291,991, 291,992, 291,993, 291,994, 291,995, 291,996, 291,997, 291,998, 291,999, 292,000, 292,001, 292,002, 292,003, 292,004, 292,005, 292,006, 292,007, 292,008, 292,009, 292,010, 292,011, 292,012, 292,013, 292,014, 292,015, 292,016, 292,017, 292,018, 292,019, 292,020, 292,021, 292,022, 292,023, 292,024, 292,025, 292,026, 292,027, 292,028, 292,029, 292,030, 292,031, 292,032, 292,033, 292,034, 292,035, 292,036, 292,037, 292,038, 292,039, 292,040, 292,041, 292,042, 292,043, 292,044, 292,045, 292,046, 292,047, 292,048, 292,049, 292,050, 292,051, 292,052, 292,053, 292,054, 292,055, 292,056, 292,057, 292,058, 292,059, 292,060, 292,061, 292,062, 292,063, 292,064, 292,065, 292,066, 292,067, 292,068, 292,069, 292,070, 292,071, 292,072, 292,073, 292,074, 292,075, 292,076, 292,077, 292,078, 292,079, 292,080, 292,081, 292,082, 292,083, 292,084, 292,085, 292,086, 292,087, 292,088, 292,089, 292,090, 292,091, 292,092, 292,093, 292,094, 292,095, 292,096, 292,097, 292,098, 292,099, 292,100, 292,101, 292,102, 292,103, 292,104, 292,105, 292,106, 292,107, 292,108, 292,109, 292,110, 292,111, 292,112, 292,113, 292,114, 292,115, 292,116, 292,117, 292,118, 292,119, 292,120, 292,121, 292,122, 292,123, 292,124, 292,125, 292,126, 292,127, 292,128, 292,129, 292,130, 292,131, 292,132, 292,133, 292,134, 292,135, 292,136, 292,137, 292,138, 292,139, 292,140, 292,141, 292,142, 292,143, 292,144, 292,145, 292,146, 292,147, 292,148, 292,149, 292,150, 292,151, 292,152, 292,153, 292,154, 292,155, 292,156, 292,157, 292,158, 292,159, 292,160, 292,161, 292,162, 292,163, 292,164, 292,165, 292,166, 292,167, 292,168, 292,169, 292,170, 292,171, 292,172, 292,173, 292,174, 292,175, 292,176, 292,177, 292,178, 292,179, 292,180, 292,181, 292,182, 292,183, 292,184, 292,185, 292,186, 292,187, 292,188, 292,189, 292,190, 292,191, 292,192, 292,193, 292,194, 292,195, 292,196, 292,197, 292,198, 292,199, 292,200, 292,201, 292,202, 292,203, 292,204, 292,205, 292,206, 292,207, 292,208, 292,209, 292,210, 292,211, 292,212, 292,213, 292,214, 292,215, 292,216, 292,217, 292,218, 292,219, 292,220, 292,221, 292,222, 292,223, 292,224, 292,225, 292,226, 292,227, 292,228, 292,229, 292,230, 292,231, 292,232, 292,233, 292,234, 292,235, 292,236, 292,237, 292,238, 292,239, 292,240, 292,241, 292,242, 292,243, 292,244, 292,245, 292,246, 292,247, 292,248, 292,249, 292,250, 292,251, 292,252, 292,253, 292,254, 292,255, 292,256, 292,257, 292,258, 292,259, 292,260, 292,261, 292,262, 292,263, 292,264, 292,265, 292,266, 292,267, 292,268, 292,269, 292,270, 292,271, 292,272, 292,273, 292,274, 292,275, 292,276, 292,277, 292,278, 292,279, 292,280, 292,281, 292,282, 292,283, 292,284, 292,285, 292,286, 292,287, 292,288, 292,289, 292,290, 292,291, 292,292, 292,293, 292,294, 292,295, 292,296, 292,297, 292,298, 292,299, 292,300, 292,301, 292,302, 292,303, 292,304, 292,305, 292,306, 292,307, 292,308, 292,309, 292,310, 292,311, 292,312, 292,313, 292,314, 292,315, 292,316, 292,317, 292,318, 292,319, 292,320, 292,321, 292,322, 292,323, 292,324, 292,325, 292,326, 292,327, 292,328, 292,329, 292,330, 292,331, 292,332, 292,333, 292,334, 292,335, 292,336, 292,337, 292,338, 292,339, 292,340, 292,341, 292,342, 292,343, 292,344, 292,345, 292,346, 292,347, 292,348, 292,349, 292,350, 292,351, 292,352, 292,353, 292,354, 292,355, 292,356, 292,357, 292,358, 292,359, 292,360, 292,361, 292,362, 292,363, 292,364, 292,365, 292,366, 292,367, 292,368, 292,369, 292,370, 292,371, 292,372, 292,373, 292,374, 292,375, 292,376, 292,377, 292,378, 292,379, 292,380, 292,381, 292,382, 292,383, 292,384, 292,385, 292,386, 292,387, 292,388, 292,389, 292,390, 292,391, 292,392, 292,393, 292,394, 292,395, 292,396, 292,397, 292,398, 292,399, 292,400, 292,401, 292,402, 292,403, 292,404, 292,405, 292,406, 292,407, 292,408, 292,409, 292,410, 292,411, 292,412, 292,413, 292,414, 292,415, 292,416, 292,417, 292,418, 292,419, 292,420, 292,421, 292,427, 292,428, 292,429, 292,430, 292,431, 292,432, 292,433, 292,434, 292,435, 292,436, 292,437, 292,438, 292,439, 292,440, 292,441, 292,442, 292,443, 292,444, 292,445, 292,446, 292,447, 292,448, 292,449, 292,450, 292,451, 292,452, 292,453, 292,454, 292,455, 292,456, 292,457, 292,458, 292,459, 292,460, 292,461, 292,462, 292,463, 292,464, 292,465, 292,466, 292,467, 292,468, 292,469, 292,470, 292,471, 292,472, 292,473, 292,474, 292,475, 292,476, 292,477, 292,478, 292,479, 292,480, 292,481, 292,482, 292,483, 292,484, 292,485, 292,486, 292,487, 292,488, 292,489, 292,490, 292,491, 292,492, 292,493, 292,494, 292,495, 292,496, 292,497, 292,498, 292,499, 292,500, 292,501, 292,502, 292,503, 292,504, 292,505, 292,506, 292,507, 292,508, 292,509, 292,510, 292,511, 292,512, 292,513, 292,514, 292,515, 292,516, 292,517, 292,518, 292,519, 292,520, 292,521, 292,522, 292,523, 292,524, 292,525, 292,526, 292,527, 292,528, 292,529, 292,530, 292,531, 292,532, 292,533, 292,534, 292,535, 292,536, 292,537, 292,538, 292,539, 292,540, 292,541, 292,542, 292,543, 292,544, 292,545, 292,546, 292,547, 292,548, 292,549, 292,550, 292,551, 292,552, 292,553, 292,554, 292,555, 292,556, 292,557, 292,558, 292,559, 292,560, 292,561, 292,562, 292,563, 292,564, 292,565, 292,566, 292,567, 292,568, 292,569, 292,570, 292,571, 292,572, 292,573, 292,574, 292,575, 292,576, 292,577, 292,578, 292,579, 292,580, 292,581, 292,582, 292,583, 292,584, 292,585, 292,586, 292,587, 292,588, 292,589, 292,590, 292,591, 292,592, 292,593, 292,594, 292,595, 292,596, 292,597, 292,598, 292,599, 292,600, 292,601, 292,602, 292,603, 292,604, 292,605, 292,606, 292,607, 292,608, 292,609, 292,610, 292,611, 292,612, 292,613, 292,614, 292,615, 292,616, 292,617, 292,618, 292,619, 292,620, 292,621, 292,622, 292,623, 292,624, 292,625, 292,626, 292,627, 292,628, 292,629, 292,630, 292,631, 292,632, 292,633, 292,634, 292,635, 292,636, 292,637, 292,638, 292,639, 292,640, 292,641, 292,642, 292,643, 292,644, 292,645, 292,646, 292,647, 292,648, 292,649, 292,650, 292,651, 292,652, 292,653, 292,654, 292,655, 292,656, 292,657, 292,658, 292,659, 292,660, 292,661, 292,662, 292,663, 292,664, 292,665, 292,666, 292,667, 292,668, 292,669, 292,670, 292,671, 292,672, 292,673, 292,674, 292,675, 292,676, 292,677, 292,678, 292,679, 292,680, 292,681, 292,682, 292,683, 292,684, 292,685, 292,686, 292,687, 292,688, 292,689, 292,690, 292,691, 292,692, 292,693, 292,694, 292,695, 292,696, 292,697, 292,698, 292,699, 292,700, 292,701, 292,702, 292,703, 292,704, 292,705, 292,706, 292,707, 292,708, 292,709, 292,710, 292,711, 292,712, 292,713, 292,714, 292,715, 292,716, 292,717, 292,718, 292,719, 292,720, 292,721, 292,722, 292,723, 292,724, 292,725, 292,726, 292,727, 292,728, 292,729, 292,730, 292,731, 292,732, 292,733, 292,734, 292,735, 292,736, 292,737, 292,738, 292,739, 292,740, 292,741, 292,742, 292,743, 292,744, 292,745, 292,746, 292,747, 292,748, 292,749, 292,750, 292,751, 292,752, 292,753, 292,754, 292,755, 292,756, 292,757, 292,758, 292,759, 292,760, 292,761, 292,762, 292,763, 292,764, 292,765, 292,766, 292,767, 292,768, 292,769, 292,770, 292,771, 292,772, 292,773, 292,774, 292,775, 292,776, 292,777, 292,778, 292,779, 292,780, 292,781, 292,782, 292,783, 292,784, 292,785, 292,786, 292,787, 292,788, 292,789, 292,790, 292,791, 292,792, 292,793, 292,794, 292,795, 292,796, 292,797, 292,798, 292,799, 292,800, 292,801, 292,802, 292,803, 292,804, 292,805, 292,806, 292,807, 292,808, 292,809, 292,810, 292,811, 292,812, 292,813, 292,814, 292,815, 292,816, 292,817, 292,818, 292,819, 292,820, 292,821, 292,822, 292,823, 292,824, 292,825, 292,826, 292,827, 292,828, 292,829, 292,830, 292,831, 292,832, 292,833, 292,834, 292,835, 292,836, 292,837, 292,838, 292,839, 292,840, 292,841, 292,842, 292,843, 292,844, 292,845, 292,846, 292,847, 292,848, 292,849, 292,850, 292,851, 292,852, 292,853, 292,854, 292,855, 292,856, 292,857, 292,858, 292,859, 292,860, 292,861, 292,862, 292,863, 292,864, 292,865, 292,866, 292,867, 292,868, 292,869, 292,870, 292,871, 292,872, 292,873, 292,874, 292,875, 292,876, 292,877, 292,878, 292,879, 292,880, 292,881, 292,882, 292,883, 292,884, 292,885, 292,886, 292,887, 292,888, 292,889, 292,890, 292,891, 292,892, 292,893, 292,894, 292,895, 292,896, 292,897, 292,898, 292,899, 292,900, 292,901, 292,902, 292,903, 292,904, 292,905, 292,906, 292,907, 292,908, 292,909, 292,910, 292,911, 292,912, 292,913, 292,914, 292,915, 292,916, 292,917, 292,918, 292,919, 292,920, 292,921, 292,922, 292,923, 292,924, 292,925, 292,926, 292,927, 292,928, 292,929, 292,930, 292,931, 292,932, 292,933, 292,934, 292,935, 292,936, 292,937, 292,938, 292,939, 292,940, 292,941, 292,942, 292,943, 292,944, 292,945, 292,946, 292,947, 292,948, 292,949, 292,950, 292,951, 292,952, 292,953, 292,954, 292,955, 292,956, 292,957, 292,958, 292,959, 292,960, 292,961, 292,962, 292,963, 292,964, 292,965, 292,966, 292,967, 292,968, 292,969, 292,970, 292,971, 292,972, 292,973, 292,974, 292,975, 292,976, 292,977, 292,978, 292,979, 292,980, 292,981, 292,982, 292,983, 292,984, 292,985, 292,986, 292,987, 292,988, 292,989, 292,990, 292,991, 292,992, 292,993, 292,994, 292,995, 292,996, 292,997, 292,998, 292,999, 293,000, 293,001, 293,002, 293,003, 293,004, 293,005, 293,006, 293,007, 293,008, 293,009, 293,010, 293,011, 293,012, 293,013, 293,014, 293,015, 293,016, 293,017, 293,018, 293,019, 293,020, 293,021, 293,022, 293,023, 293,024, 293,025, 293,026, 293,027, 293,028, 293,029, 293,030, 293,031, 293,032, 293,033, 293,034, 293,035, 293,036, 293,037, 293,038, 293,039, 293,040, 293,041, 293,042, 293,043, 293,044, 293,045, 293,046, 293,047, 293,048, 293,049, 293,050, 293,051, 293,052, 293,053, 293,054, 293,055, 293,056, 293,057, 293,058, 293,059, 293,060, 293,061, 293,062, 293,063, 293,064, 293,065, 293,066, 293,067, 293,068, 293,069, 293,070, 293,071, 293,072, 293,073, 293,074, 293,075, 293,076, 293,077, 293,078, 293,079, 293,080, 293,081, 293,082, 293,083, 293,084, 293,085, 293,086, 293,087, 293,088, 293,089, 293,090, 293,091, 293,092, 293,093, 293,094, 293,095, 293,096, 293,097, 293,098, 293,099, 293,100, 293,101, 293,102, 293,103, 293,104, 293,105, 293,106, 293,107, 293,108, 293,109, 293,110, 293,111, 293,112, 293,113, 293,114, 293,115, 293,116, 293,117, 293,118, 293,119, 293,120, 293,121, 293,122, 293,123, 293,124, 293,125, 293,126, 293,127, 293,128, 293,129, 293,130, 293,131, 293,132, 293,133, 293,134, 293,135, 293,136, 293,137, 293,138, 293,139, 293,140, 293,141, 293,142, 293,143, 293,144, 293,145, 293,146, 293,147, 293,148, 293,149, 293,150, 293,151, 293,152, 293,153, 293,154, 293,155, 293,156, 293,157, 293,158, 293,159, 293,160, 293,161, 293,162, 293,163, 293,164, 293,165, 293,166, 293,167, 293,168, 293,169, 293,170, 293,171, 293,172, 293,173, 293,174, 293,175, 293,176, 293,177, 293,178, 293,179, 293,180, 293,181, 293,182, 293,183, 293,184, 293,185, 293,186, 293,187, 293,188, 293,189, 293,190, 293,191, 293,192, 293,193, 293,194, 293,195, 293,196, 293,197, 293,198, 293,199, 293,200, 293,201, 293,202, 293,203, 293,204, 293,205, 293,206, 293,207, 293,208, 293,209, 293,210, 293,211, 293,212, 293,213, 293,214, 293,215, 293,216, 293,217, 293,218, 293,219, 293,220, 293,221, 293,222, 293,223, 293,224, 293,225, 293,226, 293,227, 293,228, 293,229, 293,230, 293,231, 293,232, 293,233, 293,234, 293,235, 293,236, 293,237, 293,238, 293,239, 293,240, 293,241, 293,242, 293,243, 293,244, 293,245, 293,246, 293,247, 293,248, 293,249, 293,250, 293,251, 293,252, 293,253, 293,254, 293,255, 293,256, 293,257, 293,258, 293,259, 293,260, 293,261, 293,262, 293,263, 293,264, 293,265, 293,266, 293,267, 293,268, 293,269, 293,270, 293,271, 293,272, 293,273, 293,274, 293,275, 293,276, 293,277, 293,278, 293,279, 293,280, 293,281, 293,282, 293,283, 293,284, 293,285, 293,286, 293,287, 293,288, 293,289, 293,290, 293,291, 293,292, 293,293, 293,294, 293,295, 293,296, 293,297, 293,298, 293,299, 293,300, 293,301, 293,302, 293,303, 293,304, 293,305, 293,306, 293,307, 293,308, 293,309, 293,310, 293,311, 293,312, 293,313, 293,314, 293,315, 293,316, 293,317, 293,318, 293,319, 293,320, 293,321, 293,322, 293,323, 293,324, 293,325, 293,326, 293,327, 293,328, 293,329, 293,330, 293,331, 293,332, 293,333, 293,334, 293,335, 293,336, 293,337, 293,338, 293,339, 293,340, 293,341, 293,342, 293,343, 293,344, 293,345, 293,346, 293,347, 293,348, 293,349, 293,350, 293,351, 293,352, 293,353, 293,354, 293,355, 293,356, 293,357, 293,358, 293,359, 293,360, 293,361, 293,362, 293,363, 293,364, 293,365, 293,366, 293,367, 293,368, 293,369, 293,370, 293,371, 293,372, 293,373, 293,374, 293,375, 293,376, 293,377, 293,378, 293,379, 293,380, 293,381, 293,382, 293,383, 293,384, 293,385, 293,386, 293,387, 293,388, 293,389, 293,390, 293,391, 293,392, 293,393, 293,394, 293,395, 293,396, 293,397, 293,398, 293,399, 293,400, 293,401, 293,402, 293,403, 293,404, 293,405, 293,406, 293,407, 293,408, 293,409, 293,410, 293,411, 293,412, 293,413, 293,414, 293,415, 293,416, 293,417, 293,418, 293,419, 293,420, 293,421, 293,422, 293,423, 293,424, 293,425, 293,426, 293,427, 293,428, 293,429, 293,430, 293,431, 293,432, 293,433, 293,434, 293,435, 293,436, 293,437, 293,438, 293,439, 293,440, 293,441, 293,442, 293,443, 293,444, 293,445, 293,446, 293,447, 293,448, 293,449, 293,450, 293,451, 293,452, 293,453, 293,454, 293,455, 293,456, 293,457, 293,458, 293,459, 293,460, 293,461, 293,462, 293,463, 293,464, 293,465, 293,466, 293,467, 293,468, 293,469, 293,470, 293,471, 293,472, 293,473, 293,474, 293,475, 293,476, 293,477, 293,478, 293,479, 293,480, 293,481, 293,482, 293,483, 293,484, 293,485, 293,486, 293,487, 293,488, 293,489, 293,490, 293,491, 293,492, 293,493, 293,494, 293,495, 293,496, 293,497, 293,498, 293,499, 293,500, 293,501, 293,502, 293,503, 293,504, 293,505, 293,506, 293,507, 293,508, 293,509, 293,510, 293,511, 293,512, 293,513, 293,514, 293,515, 293,516, 293,517, 293,518, 293,519, 293,520, 293,521, 293,522, 293,523, 293,524, 293,525, 293,526, 293,527, 293,528, 293,529, 293,530, 293,531, 293,532, 293,533, 293,534, 293,535, 293,536, 293,537, 293,538, 293,539, 293,540, 293,541, 293,542, 293,543, 293,544, 293,545, 293,546, 293,547, 293,548, 293,549, 293,550, 293,551, 293,552, 293,553, 293,554, 293,555, 293,556, 293,557, 293,558, 293,559, 293,560, 293,561, 293,562, 293,563, 293,564, 293,565, 293,566, 293,567, 293,568, 293,569, 293,570, 293,571, 293,572, 293,573, 293,574, 293,575, 293,576, 293,577, 293,578, 293,579, 293,580, 293,581, 293,582, 293,583, 293,584, 293,585, 293,586, 293,587, 293,588, 293,589, 293,590, 293,591, 293,592, 293,593, 293,594, 293,595, 293,596, 293,597, 293,598, 293,599, 293,600, 293,601, 293,602, 293,603, 293,604, 293,605, 293,606, 293,607, 293,608, 293,609, 293,610, 293,611, 293,612, 293,613, 293,614, 293,615, 293,616, 293,617, 293,618, 293,619, 293,620, 293,621, 293,622, 293,623, 293,624, 293,625, 293,626, 293,627, 293,628, 293,629, 293,630, 293,631, 293,632, 293,633, 293,634, 293,635, 293,636, 293,637, 293,638, 293,639, 293,640, 293,641, 293,642, 293,643, 293,644, 293,645, 293,646, 293,647, 293,648, 293,649, 293,650, 293,651, 293,652, 293,653, 293,654, 293,655, 293,656, 293,657, 293,658, 293,659, 293,660, 293,661, 293,662, 293,663, 293,664, 293,665, 293,666, 293,667, 293,668, 293,669, 293,670, 293,671, 293,672, 293,673, 293,674, 293,675, 293,676, 293,677, 293,678, 293,679, 293,680, 293,681, 293,682, 293,683, 293,684, 293,685, 293,686, 293,687, 293,688, 293,689, 293,690, 293,691, 293,692, 293,693, 293,694, 293,695, 293,696, 293,697, 293,698, 293,699, 293,700, 293,701, 293,702, 293,703, 293,704, 293,705, 293,706, 293,707, 293,708, 293,709, 293,710, 293,711, 293,712, 293,713, 293,714, 293,715, 293,716, 293,717, 293,718, 293,719, 293,720, 293,721, 293,722, 293,723, 293,724, 293,725, 293,726, 293,727, 293,728, 293,729, 293,730, 293,731, 293,732, 293,733, 293,734, 293,735, 293,736, 293,737, 293,738, 293,739, 293,740, 293,741, 293,742, 293,743, 293,744, 293,745, 293,746, 293,747, 293,748, 293,749, 293,750, 293,751, 293,752, 293,753, 293,754, 293,755, 293,756, 293,757, 293,758, 293,759, 293,760, 293,761, 293,762, 293,763, 293,764, 293,765, 293,766, 293,767, 293,768, 293,769, 293,770, 293,771, 293,772, 293,773, 293,774, 293,775, 293,776, 293,777, 293,778, 293,779, 293,780, 293,781, 293,782, 293,783, 293,784, 293,785, 293,786, 293,787, 293,788, 293,789, 293,790, 293,791, 293,792, 293,793, 293,794, 293,795, 293,796, 293,797, 293,798, 293,799, 293,800, 293,801, 293,802, 293,803, 293,804, 293,805, 293,806, 293,807, 293,808, 293,809, 293,810, 293,811, 293,812, 293,813, 293,814, 293,815, 293,816, 293,817, 293,818, 293,819, 293,820, 293,821, 293,822, 293,823, 293,824, 293,825, 293,826, 293,827, 293,828, 293,829, 293,830, 293,831, 293,832, 293,833, 293,834, 293,835, 293,836, 293,837, 293,838, 293,839, 293,840, 293,841, 293,842, 293,843, 293,844, 293,845, 293,846, 293,847, 293,848, 293,849, 293,850, 293,851, 293,852, 293,853, 293,854, 293,855, 293,856, 293,857, 293,858, 293,859, 293,860, 293,861, 293,862, 293,863, 293,864, 293,865, 293,866, 293,867, 293,868, 293,869, 293,870, 293,871, 293,872, 293,873, 293,874, 293,875, 293,876, 293,877, 293,878, 293,879, 293,880, 293,881, 293,882, 293,883, 293,884, 293,885, 293,886, 293,887, 293,888, 293,889, 293,890, 293,891, 293,892, 293,893, 293,894, 293,895, 293,896, 293,897, 293,898, 293,899, 293,900, 293,901, 293,902, 293,903, 293,904, 293,905, 293,906, 293,907, 293,908, 293,909, 293,910, 293,911, 293,912, 293,913, 293,914, 293,915, 293,916, 293,917, 293,918, 293,919, 293,920, 293,921, 293,922, 293,923, 293,924, 293,925, 293,926, 293,927, 293,928, 293,929, 293,930, 293,931, 293,932, 293,933, 293,934, 293,935, 293,936, 293,937, 293,938, 293,939, 293,940, 293,941, 293,942, 293,943, 293,944, 293,945, 293,946, 293,947, 293,948, 293,949, 293,950, 293,951, 293,952, 293,953, 293,954, 293,955, 293,956, 293,957, 293,958, 293,959, 293,960, 293,961, 293,962, 293,963, 293,964, 293,965, 293,966, 293,967, 293,968, 293,969, 293,970, 293,971, 293,972, 293,973, 293,974, 293,975, 293,976, 293,977, 293,978, 293,979, 293,980, 293,981, 293,982, 293,983, 293,984, 293,985, 293,986, 293,987, 293,988, 293,989, 293,990, 293,991, 293,992, 293,993, 293,994, 293,995, 293,996, 293,997, 293,998, 293,999, 294,000, 294,001, 294,002, 294,003, 294,004, 294,005, 294,006, 294,007, 294,008, 294,009, 294,010, 294,011, 294,012, 294,013, 294,014, 294,015, 294,016, 294,017, 294,018, 294,019, 294,020, 294,021, 294,022, 294,023, 294,024, 294,025, 294,026, 294,027, 294,028, 294,029, 294,030, 294,031, 294,032, 294,033, 294,034, 294,035, 294,036, 294,037, 294,038, 294,039, 294,040, 294,041, 294,042, 294,043, 294,044, 294,045, 294,046, 294,047, 294,048, 294,049, 294,050, 294,051, 294,052, 294,053, 294,054, 294,055, 294,056, 294,057, 294,058, 294,059, 294,060, 294,061, 294,062, 294,063, 294,064, 294,065, 294,066, 294,067, 294,068, 294,069, 294,070, 294,071, 294,072, 294,073, 294,074, 294,075, 294,076, 294,077, 294,078, 294,079, 294,080, 294,081, 294,082, 294,083, 294,084, 294,085, 294,086, 294,087, 294,088, 294,089, 294,090, 294,091, 294,092, 294,093, 294,094, 294,095, 294,096, 294,097, 294,098, 294,099, 294,100, 294,101, 294,102, 294,103, 294,104, 294,105, 294,106, 294,107, 294,108, 294,109, 294,110, 294,111, 294,112, 294,113, 294,114, 294,115, 294,116, 294,117, 294,118, 294,119, 294,120, 294,121, 294,122, 294,123, 294,124, 294,125, 294,126, 294,127, 294,128, 294,129, 294,130, 294,131, 294,132, 294,133, 294,134, 294,135, 294,136, 294,137, 294,138, 294,139, 294,140, 294,141, 294,142, 294,143, 294,144, 294,145, 294,146, 294,147, 294,148, 294,149, 294,150, 294,151, 294,152, 294,153, 294,154, 294,155, 294,156, 294,157, 294,158, 294,159, 294,160, 294,161, 294,162, 294,163, 294,164, 294,165, 294,166, 294,167, 294,168, 294,169, 294,170, 294,171, 294,172, 294,173, 294,174, 294,175, 294,176, 294,177, 294,178, 294,179, 294,180, 294,181, 294,182, 294,183, 294,184, 294,185, 294,186, 294,187, 294,188, 294,189, 294,190, 294,191, 294,192, 294,193, 294,194, 294,195, 294,196, 294,197, 294,198, 294,199, 294,200, 294,201, 294,202, 294,203, 294,204, 294,205, 294,206, 294,207, 294,208, 294,209, 294,210, 294,211, 294,212, 294,213, 294,214, 294,215, 294,216, 294,217, 294,218, 294,219, 294,220, 294,221, 294,222, 294,223, 294,224, 294,225, 294,226, 294,227, 294,228, 294,229, 294,230, 294,231, 294,232, 294,233, 294,234, 294,235, 294,236, 294,237, 294,238, 294,239, 294,240, 294,241, 294,242, 294,243, 294,244, 294,245, 294,246, 294,247, 294,248, 294,249, 294,250, 294,251, 294,252, 294,253, 294,254, 294,255, 294,256, 294,257, 294,258, 294,259, 294,260, 294,261, 294,262, 294,263, 294,264, 294,265, 294,266, 294,267, 294,268, 294,269, 294,270, 294,271, 294,272, 294,273, 294,274, 294,275, 294,276, 294,277, 294,278, 294,279, 294,280, 294,281, 294,282, 294,283, 294,284, 294,285, 294,286, 294,287, 294,288, 294,289, 294,290, 294,291, 294,292, 294,293, 294,294, 294,295, 294,296, 294,297, 294,298, 294,299, 294,300, 294,301, 294,302, 294,303, 294,304, 294,305, 294,306, 294,307, 294,308, 294,309, 294,310, 294,311, 294,312, 294,313, 294,314, 294,315, 294,316, 294,317, 294,318, 294,319, 294,320, 294,321, 294,322, 294,323, 294,324, 294,325, 294,326, 294,327, 294,328, 294,329, 294,330, 294,331, 294,332, 294,333, 294,334, 294,335, 294,336, 294,337, 294,338, 294,339, 294,340, 294,341, 294,342, 294,343, 294,344, 294,345, 294,346, 294,347, 294,348, 294,349, 294,350, 294,351, 294,352, 294,353, 294,354, 294,355, 294,356, 294,357, 294,358, 294,359, 294,360, 294,361, 294,362, 294,363, 294,364, 294,365, 294,366, 294,367, 294,368, 294,369, 294,370, 294,371, 294,372, 294,373, 294,374, 294,375, 294,376, 294,377, 294,378, 294,379, 294,380, 294,381, 294,382, 294,383, 294,384, 294,385, 294,386, 294,387, 294,388, 294,389, 294,390, 294,391, 294,392, 294,393, 294,394, 294,395, 294,396, 294,397, 294,398, 294,399, 294,400, 294,401, 294,402, 294,403, 294,404, 294,405, 294,406, 294,407, 294,408, 294,409, 294,410, 294,411, 294,412, 294,413, 294,414, 294,415, 294,416, 294,417, 294,418, 294,419, 294,420, 294,421, 294,422, 294,423, 294,424, 294,425, 294,426, 294,427, 294,428, 294,429, 294,430, 294,431, 294,432, 294,433, 294,434, 294,435, 294,436, 294,437, 294,438, 294,439, 294,440, 294,441, 294,442, 294,443, 294,444, 294,445, 294,446, 294,447, 294,448, 294,449, 294,450, 294,451, 294,452, 294,453, 294,454, 294,455, 294,456, 294,457, 294,458, 294,459, 294,460, 294,461, 294,462, 294,463, 294,464, 294,465, 294,466, 294,467, 294,468, 294,469, 294,470, 294,471, 294,472, 294,473, 294,474, 294,475, 294,476, 294,477, 294,478, 294,479, 294,480, 294,481, 294,482, 294,483, 294,484, 294,485, 294,486, 294,487, 294,488, 294,489, 294,490, 294,491, 294,492, 294,493, 294,494, 294,495, 294,496, 294,497, 294,498, 294,499, 294,500, 294,501, 294,502, 294,503, 294,504, 294,505, 294,506, 294,507, 294,508, 294,509, 294,510, 294,511, 294,512, 294,513, 294,514, 294,515, 294,516, 294,517, 294,518, 294,519, 294,520, 294,521, 294,522, 294,523, 294,524, 294,525, 294,526, 294,527, 294,528, 294,529, 294,530, 294,531, 294,532, 294,533, 294,534, 294,535, 294,536, 294,537, 294,538, 294,539, 294,540, 294,541, 294,542, 294,543, 294,544, 294,545, 294,546, 294,547, 294,548, 294,549, 294,550, 294,551, 294,552, 294,553, 294,554, 294,555, 294,556, 294,557, 294,558, 294,559, 294,560, 294,561, 294,562, 294,563, 294,564, 294,565, 294,566, 294,567, 294,568, 294,569, 294,570, 294,571, 294,572, 294,573, 294,574, 294,575, 294,576, 294,577, 294,578, 294,579, 294,580, 294,581, 294,582, 294,583, 294,584, 294,585, 294,586, 294,587, 294,588, 294,589, 294,590, 294,591, 294,592, 294,593, 294,594, 294,595, 294,596, 294,597, 294,598, 294,599, 294,600, 294,601, 294,602, 294,603, 294,604, 294,605, 294,606, 294,607, 294,608, 294,609, 294,610, 294,611, 294,612, 294,613, 294,614, 294,615, 294,616, 294,617, 294,618, 294,619, 294,620, 294,621, 294,622, 294,623, 294,624, 294,625, 294,626, 294,627, 294,628, 294,629, 294,630, 294,631, 294,632, 294,633, 294,634, 294,635, 294,636, 294,637, 294,638, 294,639, 294,640, 294,641, 294,642, 294,643, 294,644, 294,645, 294,646, 294,647, 294,648, 294,649, 294,650, 294,651, 294,652, 294,653, 294,654, 294,655, 294,656, 294,657, 294,658, 294,659, 294,660, 294,661, 294,662, 294,663, 294,664, 294,665, 294,666, 294,667, 294,668, 294,669, 294,670, 294,671, 294,672, 294,673, 294,674, 294,675, 294,676, 294,677, 294,678, 294,679, 294,680, 294,681, 294,682, 294,683, 294,684, 294,685, 294,686, 294,687, 294,688, 294,689, 294,690, 294,691, 294,692, 294,693, 294,694, 294,695, 294,696, 294,697, 294,698, 294,699, 294,700, 294,701, 294,702, 294,703, 294,704, 294,705, 294,706, 294,707, 294,708, 294,709, 294,710, 294,711, 294,712, 294,713, 294,714, 294,715, 294,716, 294,717, 294,718, 294,719, 294,720, 294,721, 294,722, 294,723, 294,724, 294,725, 294,726, 294,727, 294,728, 294,729, 294,730, 294,731, 294,732, 294,733, 294,734, 294,735, 294,736, 294,737, 294,738, 294,739, 294,740, 294,741, 294,742, 294,743, 294,744, 294,745, 294,746, 294,747, 294,748, 294,749, 294,750, 294,751, 294,752, 294,753, 294,754, 294,755, 294,756, 294,757, 294,758, 294,759, 294,760, 294,761, 294,762, 294,763, 294,764, 294,765, 294,766, 294,767, 294,768, 294,769, 294,770, 294,771, 294,772, 294,773, 294,774, 294,775, 294,776, 294,777, 294,778, 294,779, 294,780, 294,781, 294,782, 294,783, 294,784, 294,785, 294,786, 294,787, 294,788, 294,789, 294,790, 294,791, 294,792, 294,793, 294,794, 294,795, 294,796, 294,797, 294,798, 294,799, 294,800, 294,801, 294,802, 294,803, 294,804, 294,805, 294,806, 294,807, 294,808, 294,809, 294,810, 294,811, 294,812, 294,813, 294,814, 294,815, 294,816, 294,817, 294,818, 294,819, 294,820, 294,821, 294,822, 294,823, 294,824, 294,825, 294,826, 294,827, 294,828, 294,829, 294,830, 294,831, 294,832, 294,833, 294,834, 294,835, 294,836, 294,837, 294,838, 294,839, 294,840, 294,841, 294,842, 294,843, 294,844, 294,845, 294,846, 294,847, 294,848, 294,849, 294,850, 294,851, 294,852, 294,853, 294,854, 294,855, 294,856, 294,857, 294,858, 294,859, 294,860, 294,861, 294,862, 294,863, 294,864, 294,865, 294,866, 294,867, 294,868, 294,869, 294,870, 294,871, 294,872, 294,873, 294,874, 294,875, 294,876, 294,877, 294,878, 294,879, 294,880, 294,881, 294,882, 294,883, 294,884, 294,885, 294,886, 294,887, 294,888, 294,889, 294,890, 294,891, 294,892, 294,893, 294,894, 294,895, 294,896, 294,897, 294,898, 294,899, 294,900, 294,901, 294,902, 294,903, 294,904, 294,905, 294,906, 294,907, 294,908, 294,909, 294,910, 294,911, 294,912, 294,913, 294,914, 294,915, 294,916, 294,917, 294,918, 294,919, 294,920, 294,921, 294,922, 294,923, 294,924, 294,925, 294,926, 294,927, 294,928, 294,929, 294,930, 294,931, 294,932, 294,933, 294,934, 294,935, 294,936, 294,937, 294,938, 294,939, 294,940, 294,941, 294,942, 294,943, 294,944, 294,945, 294,946, 294,947, 294,948, 294,949, 294,950, 294,951, 294,952, 294,953, 294,954, 294,955, 294,956, 294,957, 294,958, 294,959, 294,960, 294,961, 294,962, 294,963, 294,964, 294,965, 294,966, 294,967, 294,968, 294,969, 294,970, 294,971, 294,972, 294,973, 294,974, 294,975, 294,976, 294,977, 294,978, 294,979, 294,980, 294,981, 294,982, 294,983, 294,984, 294,985, 294,986, 294,987, 294,988, 294,989, 294,990, 294,991, 294,992, 294,993, 294,994, 294,995, 294,996, 294,997, 294,998, 294,999, 295,000, 295,001, 295,002, 295,003, 295,004, 295,005, 295,006, 295,007, 295,008, 295,009, 295,010, 295,011, 295,012, 295,013, 295,014, 295,015, 295,016, 295,017, 295,018, 295,019, 295,020, 295,021, 295,022, 295,023, 295,024, 295,025, 295,026, 295,027, 295,028, 295,029, 295,030, 295,031, 295,032, 295,033, 295,034, 295,035, 295,036, 295,037, 295,038, 295,039, 295,040, 295,041, 295,042, 295,043, 295,044, 295,045, 295,046, 295,047, 295,048, 295,049, 295,050, 295,051, 295,052, 295,053, 295,054, 295,055, 295,056, 295,057, 295,058, 295,059, 295,060, 295,061, 295,062, 295,063, 295,064, 295,065, 295,066, 295,067, 295,068, 295,069, 295,070, 295,071, 295,072, 295,073, 295,074, 295,075, 295,076, 295,077, 295,078, 295,079, 295,080, 295,081, 295,082, 295,083, 295,084, 295,085, 295,086, 295,087, 295,088, 295,089, 295,090, 295,091, 295,092, 295,093, 295,094, 295,095, 295,096, 295,097, 295,098, 295,099, 295,100, 295,101, 295,102, 295,103, 295,104, 295,105, 295,106, 295,107, 295,108, 295,109, 295,110, 295,111, 295,112, 295,113, 295,114, 295,115, 295,116, 295,117, 295,118, 295,119, 295,120, 295,121, 295,122, 295,123, 295,124, 295,125, 295,126, 295,127, 295,128, 295,129, 295,130, 295,131, 295,132, 295,133, 295,134, 295,135, 295,136, 295,137, 295,138, 295,139, 295,140, 295,141, 295,142, 295,143, 295,144, 295,145, 295,146, 295,147, 295,148, 295,149, 295,150, 295,151, 295,152, 295,153, 295,154, 295,155, 295,156, 295,157, 295,158, 295,159, 295,160, 295,161, 295,162, 295,163, 295,164, 295,165, 295,166, 295,167, 295,168, 295,169, 295,170, 295,171, 295,172, 295,173, 295,174, 295,175, 295,176, 295,177, 295,178, 295,179, 295,180, 295,181, 295,182, 295,183, 295,184, 295,185, 295,186, 295,187, 295,188, 295,189, 295,190, 295,191, 295,192, 295,193, 295,194, 295,195, 295,196, 295,197, 295,198, 295,199, 295,200, 295,201, 295,202, 295,203, 295,204, 295,205, 295,206, 295,207, 295,208, 295,209, 295,210, 295,211, 295,212, 295,213, 295,214, 295,215, 295,216, 295,217, 295,218, 295,219, 295,220, 295,221, 295,222, 295,223, 295,224, 295,225, 295,226, 295,227, 295,228, 295,229, 295,230, 295,231, 295,232, 295,233, 295,234, 295,235, 295,236, 295,237, 295,238, 295,239, 295,240, 295,241, 295,242, 295,243, 295,244, 295,245, 295,246, 295,247, 295,248, 295,249, 295,250, 295,251, 295,252, 295,253, 295,254, 295,255, 295,256, 295,257, 295,258, 295,259, 295,260, 295,261, 295,262, 295,263, 295,264, 295,265, 295,266, 295,267, 295,268, 295,269, 295,270, 295,271, 295,272, 295,273, 295,274, 295,275, 295,276, 295,277, 295,278, 295,279, 295,280, 295,281, 295,282, 295,283, 295,284, 295,285, 295,286, 295,287, 295,288, 295,289, 295,290, 295,291, 295,292, 295,293, 295,294, 295,295, 295,296, 295,297, 295,298, 295,299, 295,300, 295,301, 295,302, 295,303, 295,304, 295,305, 295,306, 295,307, 295,308, 295,309, 295,310, 295,311, 295,312, 295,313, 295,314, 295,315, 295,316, 295,317, 295,318, 295,319, 295,320, 295,321, 295,322, 295,323, 295,324, 295,325, 295,326, 295,327, 295,328, 295,329, 295,330, 295,331, 295,332, 295,333, 295,334, 295,335, 295,336, 295,337, 295,338, 295,339, 295,340, 295,341, 295,342, 295,343, 295,344, 295,345, 295,346, 295,347, 295,348, 295,349, 295,350, 295,351, 295,352, 295,353, 295,354, 295,355, 295,356, 295,357, 295,358, 295,359, 295,360, 295,361, 295,362, 295,363, 295,364, 295,365, 295,366, 295,367, 295,368, 295,369, 295,370, 295,371, 295,372, 295,373, 295,374, 295,375, 295,376, 295,377, 295,378, 295,379, 295,380, 295,381, 295,382, 295,383, 295,384, 295,385, 295,386, 295,387, 295,388, 295,389, 295,390, 295,391, 295,392, 295,393, 295,394, 295,395, 295,396, 295,397, 295,398, 295,399, 295,400, 295,401, 295,402, 295,403, 295,404, 295,405, 295,406, 295,407, 295,408, 295,409, 295,410, 295,411, 295,412, 295,413, 295,414, 295,415, 295,416, 295,417, 295,418, 295,419, 295,420, 295,421, 295,422, 295,423, 295,424, 295,425, 295,426, 295,427, 295,428, 295,429, 295,430, 295,431, 295,432, 295,433, 295,434, 295,435, 295,436, 295,437, 295,438, 295,439, 295,440, 295,441, 295,442, 295,443, 295,444, 295,445, 295,446, 295,447, 295,448, 295,449, 295,450, 295,451, 295,452, 295,453, 295,454, 295,455, 295,456, 295,457, 295,458, 295,459, 295,460, 295,461, 295,462, 295,463, 295,464, 295,465, 295,466, 295,467, 295,468, 295,469, 295,470, 295,471, 295,472, 295,473, 295,474, 295,475, 295,476, 295,477, 295,478, 295,479, 295,480, 295,481, 295,482, 295,483, 295,484, 295,485, 295,486, 295,487, 295,488, 295,489, 295,490, 295,491, 295,492, 295,493, 295,494, 295,495, 295,496, 295,497, 295,498, 295,499, 295,500, 295,501, 295,502, 295,503, 295,504, 295,505, 295,506, 295,507, 295,508, 295,509, 295,510, 295,511, 295,512, 295,513, 295,514, 295,515, 295,516, 295,517, 295,518, 295,519, 295,520, 295,521, 295,522, 295,523, 295,524, 295,525, 295,526, 295,527, 295,528, 295,529, 295,530, 295,531, 295,532, 295,533, 295,534, 295,535, 295,536, 295,537, 295,538, 295,539, 295,540, 295,541, 295,542, 295,543, 295,544, 295,545, 295,546, 295,547, 295,548, 295,549, 295,550, 295,551, 295,552, 295,553, 295,554, 295,555, 295,556, 295,557, 295,558, 295,559, 295,560, 295,561, 295,562, 295,563, 295,564, 295,565, 295,566, 295,567, 295,568, 295,569, 295,570, 295,571, 295,572, 295,573, 295,574, 295,575, 295,576, 295,577, 295,578, 295,579, 295,580, 295,581, 295,582, 295,583, 295,584, 295,585, 295,586, 295,587, 295,588, 295,589, 295,590, 295,591, 295,592, 295,593, 295,594, 295,595, 295,596, 295,597, 295,598, 295,599, 295,600, 295,601, 295,602, 295,603, 295,604, 295,605, 295,606, 295,607, 295,608, 295,609, 295,610, 295,611, 295,612, 295,613, 295,614, 295,615, 295,616, 295,617, 295,618, 295,619, 295,620, 295,621, 295,622, 295,623, 295,624, 295,625, 295,626, 295,627, 295,628, 295,629, 295,630, 295,631, 295,632, 295,633, 295,634, 295,635, 295,636, 295,637, 295,638, 295,639, 295,640, 295,641, 295,642, 295,643, 295,644, 295,645, 295,646, 295,647, 295,648, 295,649, 295,650, 295,651, 295,652, 295,653, 295,654, 295,655, 295,656, 295,657, 295,658, 295,659, 295,660, 295,661, 295,662, 295,663, 295,664, 295,665, 295,666, 295,667, 295,668, 295,669, 295,670, 295,671, 295,672, 295,673, 295,674, 295,675, 295,676, 295,677, 295,678, 295,679, 295,680, 295,681, 295,682, 295,683, 295,684, 295,685, 295,686, 295,687, 295,688, 295,689, 295,690, 295,691, 295,692, 295,693, 295,694, 295,695, 295,696, 295,697, 295,698, 295,699, 295,700, 295,701, 295,702, 295,703, 295,704, 295,705, 295,706, 295,707, 295,708, 295,709, 295,710, 295,711, 295,712, 295,713, 295,714, 295,715, 295,716, 295,717, 295,718, 295,719, 295,720, 295,721, 295,722, 295,723, 295,724, 295,725, 295,726, 295,727, 295,728, 295,729, 295,730, 295,731, 295,732, 295,733, 295,734, 295,735, 295,736, 295,737, 295,738, 295,739, 295,740, 295,741, 295,742, 295,743, 295,744, 295,745, 295,746, 295,747, 295,748, 295,749, 295,750, 295,751, 295,752, 295,753, 295,754, 295,755, 295,756, 295,757, 295,758, 295,759, 295,760, 295,761, 295,762, 295,763, 295,764, 295,765, 295,766, 295,767, 295,768, 295,769, 295,770, 295,771, 295,772, 295,773, 295,774, 295,775, 295,776, 295,777, 295,778, 295,779, 295,780, 295,781, 295,782, 295,783, 295,784, 295,785, 295,786, 295,787, 295,788, 295,789, 295,790, 295,791, 295,792, 295,793, 295,794, 295,795, 295,796, 295,797, 295,798, 295,799, 295,800, 295,801, 295,802, 295,803, 295,804, 295,805, 295,806, 295,807, 295,808, 295,809, 295,810, 295,811, 295,812, 295,813, 295,814, 295,815, 295,816, 295,817, 295,818, 295,819, 295,820, 295,821, 295,822, 295,823, 295,824, 295,825, 295,826, 295,827,